Hello and welcome everybody to the latest episode of the War of Inheritance. When last we left our heroes, they had just travelled down into the underdark. This is the series of sewers that exist underneath Old Town that are made of a strange black stone. They fought a bunch of interesting creatures and are interacting strangely with their magical abilities. Let's meet our party and press on with the session. Jacob, tell us about Iris.
Iris's 3 tags are she is aggressively pacifist, pet's dragon or dragon's pet, and Ezekiel touched me in a bad way.
Okay, Ezekiel is a flaming-haired dwarven sorcerer who Iris has a bit of history with because Ezekiel came and stole a bunch of Iris's magic, and maybe Iris wants it back. That could happen. We'll find out. David, tell us about Yorg.
Hi, I'm playing Yorg the Paladin this evening. My tags are terribly dully because I am a paladin and it's my class feature to be dull. Our deity, question mark, so very out of his depth and trying to do the right thing as he
So often does.
shepherds
Excellent.
these people around and tries to keep them alive.
Zoe, tell me about Freya.
Freya isn't a bird.
And has
Is
never
that one of
been
your
a bird.
tags? Freya is not a bird
Not
this
a
session.
bird.
And has never been a bird.
Can I have 4?
Sure, not a bird.
Ezekiel yet?
Oh.
Ezekiel, yeah, okay. I love it. I love it.
Oh,
Carry
okay,
on,
sorry,
carry
that
on.
just hit.
Doesn't like dirt.
Doesn't like dirt. Yeah,
It's
that's true.
relevant for these.
It is relevant. You're in a very mucky sewer.
And not a queen yet.
Not a queen yet, absolutely. We'll wait on that. And last but not least, Amy is playing Neve the Druid. Tell us about Neve.
Neve the Druid is a badass grandma.
Okay, badass grandma, good aspect.
She is an honorary member of the Green Berets, or the Grand Beretum.
That is true. The elite rat folk Edelmenschen unit.
And her moonbeam is in the naughty corner.
Okay, yeah, that's right. I have been forced to develop countermeasures to the one-stop problem-solving shop, which is Moonbeam.
Yeah.
And you have just charged in and cleared out a building filled with were creatures. There was a were porcupine who exploded upon death and Yorg jumped on the grenade. There was a were spider who remained hidden until Neve discovered it. There was a werewolf, which Ezekiel, the flaming sorcerer, made short work of, and there was a were-ant, which is one of the most fun things I've ever created, that the party dispatched in fairly short order by stabbing it open and then dropping a Yorg on top of it. This is
That
where
did
we are
happen.
picking up. What do you guys do?
Yorg's trying to pick himself up and dust/degoo himself off the ant.
Yes.
That was gross.
Yeah, the swarm is mostly dead. There's a lot of dead ants on the floor.
Why is it swarms of things? Can we go back to it not being swarms of things?
Now,
Yes.
if I remember rightly,
Mhm.
somebody in all of this mess said something like, it's a...
That sounds pretty plausible.
Okay, good. I'm glad I've remembered this about correctly. What did they say? What did they say? Does anyone remember what they said?
The were-porcupine said something to Yorg and died.
No, the were porcupine told me to run, I believe, and shortly before it exploded.
Run.
I think the theory I'm working with is that they're not under their own control when they're like this, but when they shift back, when they're about to die or something like that, then possibly that control slips. I don't know. Maybe the Aboleth was controlling them, because the things of this power source have proven a capacity to control creatures with their minds.
I feel like I have to ask at this point,
Mm.
because you know,
Mm.
and you know,
Yeah.
pointing at Zeke, what is an aboleth?
Sorry, York does not know.
Oh, right, okay.
That
York
that
does
was.
not know. In
I
which case-
would also hasten to add.
I suspect the Aboleth don't know we're here yet.
Yes, what is...
We ain't
what
far
is-
down enough.
What exactly are we hunting?
It's quite a creature.
Okay.
Okay.
Large, powerful. Takes you over. Good to know, boss.
Okay.
Takes you over.
Sure.
I don't do well in water. I'm just going to put that out there.
Well,
Water has not been a good experience for me so far. Your twitches.
can you swim?
In this? Have you ever tried swimming in mail?
Well, I'd take it off before we go in.
That didn't work well for me last time.
Speaking of, we got business up here or are we heading down?
What business do you have with the Aboleth?
We've been through this, sister. We're gonna find it, kill it, take the power, find out how to undo the binding. That's my 4-step plan. Working on a 5th. I'm grateful for the assistance you've rendered so far. You want to turn around and bug out, you're welcome to do so. I'm going to get down there, save Lord Bucks, be a big damn hero, undo the binding.
Lord Bucks is still in this direction, so is the King in Colours.
And we're better working together.
We'll see.
Oh no!
Ezekiel is walking around now. He's kicking corpses over and looking for something, and he has found a trap door, which he reaches down and opens. There is a set of stairs that descend.
We go down from here?
Coming, he says, and he lights the tip of one of his fingers starts to glow a flame, and it gently illuminates a small area as he walks down.
If you can stand behind me and illuminate in front of me, I'll go first.
Volume, but sure. Ezekiel's very happy to come and stand behind the big
Great
meaty
big
human. That sounds
Actually,
good to him.
Have you been in this direction before?
I ain't never been down this far.
Okay. Freya,
Mhm.
could you do your thing where you look for things that are going to explode and kill us all?
Sure.
Thank you.
Uh,
Can we have had a short rest? Is that a short
That's
rest?
a short rest, that's fine, yeah.
Short rest?
Don't need to spend any hit dice.
can I see down the passage?
You see down the passage.
And
Do
you
you
just
have
put
dark
swimming.
vision?
No.
You cannot see down the passage.
But it's dark, so I can teleport there.
That is true. You can blindly teleport 60 feet into the darkness.
Please no.
Would you like to attempt this? Roll me a dex
Yes.
save. Great. Shinsui says,
Crouching beforehand.
this may not be wise. A 10. Okay, 10's not bad on a 3. Freya, there is a... and Freya disappears into the darkness. That's impressive, says Ezekiel. Freya, there is a sudden motion towards you, and a hand appears around your mouth.
Can I
Shinsui...
blink back?
Sorry?
Can I blink back?
Yes, you can make me a perception check and then a reflex save to blink back.
What does Shinsui say?
12. Okay, so Shunsui says, we may be, and is silenced as the hand touches your mouth. And you, on a 12 on your perception check, you can see that there is a very old Browter who is standing in front of you, who has reached out to put a hand over your mouth. Gently, this was not an attack, but it was firm. This Browter has a some kind of a strange cap on, hard to see in the dark, and his eyes are glowing a little bit, and he has a cloak which goes all the way down, under which he is wearing merely a pair of underpants.
That's good enough for us.
I'm
You're
feeling
happy now,
less
chap?
threatened now.
Not sure I follow that sentiment, but okay.
I mean, I'll just be doing this to him.
He'd be struggling.
All right. That thou hast the bearing of a noble about you, he says in high Browter.
Great, finally.
Finally, somebody who speaks a civilized language.
What is your name, child, and why?
I'm Freya.
Interesting. And where do you hail from, Freya?
Where do I fail from?
You hail from Merrick.
Yeah.
Oh God,
Merrick
it's been
is
so
where you
long.
hail
It has
from.
been a while. I'm underground.
Oh,
Yeah.
Galatea. Tell me what brings a Galatean noble this far into the wildlands?
Well, at the moment we're trying to rescue Lord Bucks and the King in Colours.
Yes, Lord Bucks has been taken, as is the king.
You know where they are?
saw them taken down.
Freya, you alright?
Freya, you alright? You hear shouted from Yorg up the passageway. Who have companions with you?
Yes.
Interesting. I'm sorry I cannot linger. Very great chance.
Freya?
Genuine pleasure to make your acquaintance.
And you?
You cannot remember what this person looks like at all. And gone.
Freya? Right, I'm going
Yeah.
in.
Hello.
We come across.
That's fine. The group comes down and you find Freya. You can see her standing there in the darkness,
Hello.
crouched.
Are you okay?
Yes.
Like the pose you're striking is terribly impressive.
Yeah, I just met a friendly guy.
Is
Friendly
there anybody in this
guy.
room?
Yes.
So the stairs go down and there is a corridor that extends along. Everything is made out of black stone. There is writing on the walls.
What kind of
nobody down here?
What?
Like alive? Dead?
What?
Okay.
Friendly guy.
A friendly guy.
Yes.
And they are now.
Gone! Iris
I
turns
don't
to
know.
Ezekiel.
You read this, see?
I don't read that now. Do you?
Sometimes. Doesn't always work.
What does it say?
How long you got?
What do you mean?
Sometimes it takes a while.
Well, take the time.
York, I think it might be worth.
Probably
checking.
right. I'm just going to divine sense.
Yes.
All right, cool.
I just realised I
Seems
can't
like a
remember
bad
what he
idea.
looks like.
Yeah, you have no idea. You cast Divine Sense,
Yeah.
and Divine Sense, there's a ding, and your eyes glow a little bit, and you are aware that the walls are stuffed full of energy, which is interesting. It's coming from two separate sources, one of which feels very much like the Illithids, the other of which feels a lot more like the energy from which Neve resonates. In fact, you can feel that flavour.
But like,
What is?
In fact, there's a direction that it's coming from.
Yep. Which is?
It's down the corridor, and about 20 feet away from you, there is a room to your left. It is dark, it is hard to see, but there is a room to your left.
What does Zeke taste like?
Zeke is the last flavour that you have not yet had.
Yes, Zeke is the flavour I haven't encountered yet.
Smoky.
Smoky. Barbecue.
Yeah.
But I'm not
Zeke
getting.
looks at you and smiles.
I'm not getting any out of the ordinary ping from Freya.
No, none at all.
Okay.
Shinsui, but...
Shinsui.
No, not Shinsui. You
No,
don't-
Shinsui doesn't. Yeah,
Shinsui
yeah.
doesn't pick it, but
Shinsui, do you remember what he looked like?
it was a man here. A browser. Strange. He did something to you. He had a metal hat on.
I met a strange browser with a metal.
He was only in his underwear.
Shinsui can remember him and I can't.
Extremely old. Frighteningly old.
Compared to you.
Much younger than me.
This.
But I age beautifully.
You do.
I'll take the 10 minutes it takes to cast Identify
In-
This.
Sweet.
If that's
in
what
just
it
their
says, yeah.
underwear.
Oh, was it the?
Yes.
Is this the wizard? I mean, how many other browsers,
I mean,
old browsers, do we
probably.
know in their underwear who have been described to us recently?
Yeah.
And that would make sense why you don't remember
I
him.
guess he did a spell on me then.
Mm.
Ugh.
Why does it taste like you down
Wizards.
here? That's weird.
I'm going to pretend I
Excuse me, Jorg.
No, I'm serious.
Remember your status.
Iris is starting to cast Identify.
Oh, that comes into account now, does it?
Handle on the runes.
No, like, so all the power sources have a flavour to them. You taste like barbecue.
The strange old man with a cloak
Yeah.
and wrinkles everywhere. This guy is really old, and he's only in a pair of, I mean, they were once white underwear.
Sure. I feel like we're focusing too much. We're lingering.
The
too
camera
long.
is lingering
No,
quite a lot.
no, I don't want it to linger.
And he appears and says, excuse me, I'm Ezekiel flares up both of his fists. They start glowing with fire.
It concerns me that I'm becoming more and more inured to that.
Yeah, he appears. He does not register for you.
Okay.
Because Horatio did not register for York. Wizards do not. And turns up and he says, excuse me, what are you doing?
What do you mean?
He's trying Browter at you.
Sure, I switched to Browter. What do you mean?
With your eyes, right now. It's extremely interesting. I'm trying to save the world here. I don't have a great deal of time.
That's fine. Were you invisible in here, or did you just teleport in?
I was invisible.
Okay, that's right. Okay, that's. I'm.
How do you go invisible? Can you teach me?
He looks at you. What is your intelligence score, please?
+2.
You've got 14 intelligence. You could be taught. Take some time, but yes, it could be taught.
I'll give you 5 gold.
You sure you're not going to offer him a boat?
My dear, I'm afraid that once you have mastered even basic transmutation, currency ceases to have any real value.
It does, doesn't it?
I can simply...
Not to me. If you've got any spare money lying around, then go for it. What am I doing with my eyes? I can sense Nova power sources.
I see. And where did you acquire this gift? One moment. Would you be willing to...
Right. What is your name?
Oh, my name?
Because at the moment, to us, you're just the wizard in his underwear.
My name is... He makes a single room, and a small white circle appears around you. Ezekiel steps them, blazes back out. Y'all can stay here and talk to this wizard if you want. I'm going to scout ahead.
Okay.
Okay, off you go.
We'll be along in a bit.
I can trust him as far as I can throw him. Ezekiel walks off. My name is Christopher Benui. I was the former Thane of Crass.
Benui Prize.
Of Corinth, sorry. Yes, indeed.
I remember things. Shut up.
Oh, yes, there is a prize in my honour. A rather sick joke.
Sick joke?
Yes. I'm very happy to have this discourse with you. I do understand.
What is this?
Wait, the former thing of where?
Of Corinth.
What is this?
There are select details you will not be able to recall once you leave here.
I don't like having my memory messed with.
Well, I apologise, but...
Shows you better be memorising this.
Did you say that aloud?
No.
I bet you can't communicate with Shinsui at the moment.
Make me an easy wisdom saving throw to not say that aloud. 1. Oh no, great, that's fine. Yeah, Freya has enough self-control to not say, you better remember this magic sword. So Shinsui, you think that, and Shinsui says, I am honing my mind on him. This is an interesting creature. I'm not certain yet if we should allow him to leave. Yes, I'm studying the source of all magic.
Right.
I'm particularly interested in...
Singular.
Well, potentially. My research is limited by my current condition.
Because you're living in the Badlands in your underwear.
I'm being hunted. I find myself under constant scrying attempts and surveillance.
From?
I would not choose to live here had I any other choice. From the most dangerous creature that exists. And my ultimate quest and purpose is to defeat her before I die.
The most dangerous creature that exists is...
Thane of Miller of Corinth. She is the greatest peril to this planet possibly there has ever been. Imagine, if you will, the powers of a wizard. He conjures a few flames and then makes another sigil. And there's a small sphere appears around you and a great light show of arcane magic. It's a minor illusion spell, but he's going for effect here.
Yes, I've been hit by fireballs before.
Yes, exactly. Well, imagine that the devastation that can be wrought with an evil intention. Imagine Not that the power is deployed for war or for security or for the expansion of a realm, but that one was a truly twisted and evil individual.
Like the
Thaler
twins.
Miller is such a creature. And what makes her so dangerous is her mind. She is a genius, a prodigy, born perhaps once ever. I was the previous thing, and she... Well, there's a history there. But suffice to say, that is what I am doing. I am researching other magics. I am confident that it will be impossible to dispatch her using mastery of the Browser magics.
And she's chasing me.
Well, I very much hope that she believes I'm dead.
Ah.
Should she not? Well, let's not get into that.
Teach me how to turn invisible, or I'll tell her you're here.
What a threat! What a great threat!
My lady,
You're a high-level wizard.
So there's usually a point of negotiation between 5 gold or...
I don't have time for negotiation.
That's so good. Naught to diplomatic incident in all of no time. Well, you can attempt to do so all you like. I have ensured that your memories of my name will be completely erased. I'm very happy to impart information to you. I'm also confident that you will not be able to threaten me. Else I would not be here. I waited to observe you. But I am most intrigued by the powers that you appear to have.
Then what are you doing down here?
There is a large power source down here.
Yes, the Aboleth, we assume.
The
Oh, you don't know everything.
the what?
The Aboleth.
Aboleth.
Yeah.
Tell me, please.
Apparently it's a fish. We're not sure. That's about all I've got.
Some sort of fish, a magical fish. Interesting. I'm desperate. I'm studying anything that could possibly give me a shred. I'm approaching 90. I do not expect I shall be alive for another 10 years, whereas Thaler Miller most definitely will.
Okay, so you seriously consider her to be
The greatest
this
threat.
much of a threat?
She is truly evil, verging on insane, with a phenomenal amount of power.
Can I have an insight check?
Yeah, you can. On a nat 1.
Oh, that one. Sounds nuts to me.
Yeah, nat 1, this guy, I mean, he's in his pants, living in a sewer. Like, what? Not sure about this guy.
Okay.
He's a crazy old man. He's got a bit of magic to him, but he hasn't so far done anything that's impressive.
Apart from invisible.
Yeah, he's turning invisible. I mean, that's kind of cool.
This we probably need to be getting on. In regards to where this power came from, it was.
He needs to reply to Freya first. Oh no, he didn't play. He said he said it was.
In regards to where this power comes from, it's deity magic. Starting.
Of the divine.
Yes.
Which deity, please?
One of the bad ones.
I see. Which
Elaine.
Elaine?
Yes.
I see. She's the
It's not.
Elaine of the Rock Chalice.
Stone Grail.
Rocker.
I see. Stone Grail, lovely.
Shut up, Rasper.
If there is any assistance that I can render you, please ask.
You can. Come help us kill the Aboleth.
I do not believe that is in the interest of my quest.
You might learn some magic from it.
If you do, you can travel with us and help me decode this book.
Very interesting. He has a look at your. Is this the history
Yeah,
and art of
yeah.
power? He cannot read it.
You do remember last time what happened when somebody got handsy with magic things around us from Korath, right?
But they were nasty.
And you can interpret this.
Yes. I'm trying
Yes,
currently to
and-
interpret these.
And we have.
I have been purchasing objects to study for some time from the Edelmenschen who live under the city of Old Town. I would be willing to trade for this.
That's no problem.
And
Very well.
we have known this human for less than 5 minutes, so an establishment of how good or not his character is kind of still up in the air.
This thing.
Last time I met wizards from Korath, they actively tried to kill me and turn me into a chicken.
Yes, it is a great shame what has happened here. The traditions of our people have been steadily eroded in the 15 years of my absence. A greater push on exploration. I would be interested in having this discourse with you. There were creatures coming to assail me, so I have made myself scarce.
You're here.
Correct.
What kind of creatures?
I see.
The shape-shifting monsters.
They were here for you.
I believe one of them is looking for
They
me.
found us
We
outside
were
of
at the
his
shop,
house.
remember?
Oh, I'm very sorry if you've got into any trouble on my account. I will be...
Freya, remember something.
I should remember.
What was the name of the god of the amulet that gives knowledge?
Oh,
The
the
diadem,
diadem of
Zalba.
Zalba.
Wizard,
Yes, indeed.
you wish to learn magics.
I have magics.
I will tell you the location of the diadem of Zalba.
Okay, no.
If you teach me how to go invisible and help
is
us kill
wrong?
the Aboleth.
Did you see what happened?
Where is this diadem?
If
You have
The
you have
diadem is
discovered.
owned.
Yes.
The di-
That is of no concern to me.
a benevolent owner who would be open to trades of knowledge.
No.
Where
No.
and this you have knowledge of where this diadem is.
Yes.
Interesting. He makes a few runes in the air. You make me a wisdom saving throw, please.
Is she within range of me?
You can have the advantage, but you roll in that one. She is within range, but
it
doesn't
doesn't
have
matter
against
when
that.
she
You
wasn't
feel Shunsui says, "Child, what are you?" And your mind is being probed. You can feel like your memories are being filed through, and he sees Balthazar's camp, the king of the ogres, and he sees zoomed in on the diadem of power. And he says, "You have been most gracious. I thank you very much." He reaches in.
Stab him.
Roll to attack.
I was going to do it if you weren't.
Do I have advantage?
This guy's clearly a bad guy.
You don't have advantage, but he's the only enemy
You
within
probably need
5
to
feet.
roll. You probably need to roll one of those d20s rather than all three of them. Then
He's
Yes.
in his
Okay.
pants. He has an armor class of 10.
you hit him.
You have
Yes.
hit this wizard.
Great. Is the only enemy with the
Yeah,
5
you can have your sneak attack.
feet?
You need to make a concentration save in order to get out of it.
13.
13. Okay. You lance towards him with Shunsui, and he steps back. Perhaps you require no payment indeed. Good day. And he is gone.
Wizards!
You are, without doubt, one of the most foolish people I have ever had the mispleasure of encountering.
He
and
can
being
read
around with.
minds.
Yes, and wouldn't have read them had you not brought it up.
I've found strange things, you hear Zeke say from down the corridor.
I am positive that Balthazar's death will mean nothing to you.
You coming?
There's a power source of yours down here and on the left.
That's right.
Down here and on the left. That is anything.
Well, have a look.
Creature of water, maybe there's a well source.
I can't tell you. I can't tell you what sub. It just tastes like you. It tastes like you. This whole place tastes like them.
I have noticed
He
that...
tastes like barbecue. You still taste conflicted.
No, I have noticed that I'm feeling a lot of elemental energy down. We need to get this done quickly because we need to get up to the surface and send a message to Balthazar.
He can teleport.
Coming?
I don't think there's a message we can send anywhere quickly enough.
Then we'll just have to...
What? Last time wizards turned up to Balthazar. 1 second. Last time Balthazar turned up and The diadem decided that it wanted to be on the wizard's head instead. Then the diadem unscrewed itself from his head and put it on the wizard.
Okay.
You finish casting Identify.
Cool.
And you can, as you finish casting Identify, you look up and the runes, they don't change shape, but you suddenly understand their meaning. And you're pretty sure that you can touch the walls and turn the lights on.
I touch the walls.
The walls start glowing a faint and pleasant light.
Whoa.
Well, let's
Suddenly it's like there's a section by section, the lights are turning
terribly
on.
cinematic.
Down the corridor, yeah. Illuminating. You are in a corridor and there are rooms to both the left and the right. Zeke is standing there. Well, that's neat.
What did you find, Zeke?
Well, I found, there's some sort of power or something in there. I can't open that.
Right.
He's pointing at one of the...
I thought he was pointing at me.
No, he's pointing at one of the doors.
Let's have a look.
What are our... actually, before we move on, what are our memories of this guy?
You were all standing exactly where you were, so you have no memory loss.
Okay.
Oh.
But is the circle still on the ground?
Yeah.
Ah, right,
When
okay.
did you shadow step out?
I'd step out the circle.
You step out the circle. Jorg, as you step out the circle, you cannot remember what this person looked like, what their name was. You can definitely remember that you told them that it was a wizard, that you told them about the diadem of Zalba, and that they teleported away to look for it. You remember that they told you that Thane of Miller was the biggest threat.
Yeah, all this stuff, but
you
can't
cannot
remember.
identify this person at all. And any clever workarounds that you guys might be able to come up with, I will think about, but they will have to be able to beat someone who has a much higher intelligence score than I do. So it's possible.
No, that's fine.
I wonder if Pog remembers.
Maybe. So that's a thing.
I'm gonna step outside and ask if Shinsui remembers.
Okay, you step outside.
Because you were prepared for this.
Shinsui says, yeah, this is not what that spell was built for at all. And Shinsui says, certainly I can tell you exactly what he looked like.
Excellent.
Strange old man, you've encountered him twice now. And you're like, oh, it was the same guy, because you, until that point, you couldn't recall that it was the same person.
Okay, everyone out of the circle. Shinsui remembers.
Okay.
Once everyone else is out, I will relay.
And go and look at this door.
Yes.
That's a note for Balthazar for later. Alright. We will have talks. Okay,
Some practice.
and some practice. You walk up and you see that there is a black door, upon which is marked a symbol. You recognise it as the same symbol that was in the armoury upstairs.
Ah, that I couldn't open, and I took some psychic damage trying to open.
Correct. It says forbidden.
Oh. It says forbidden.
In fact, forbidden is what it says. The context is authorised access only.
Okay. Right.
You've just cast Identify, haven't you?
Yeah.
And you picked up 2 black tablets last session. Then you can read them as well.
Let's do that.
So Iris pulls out one of the black. You've got 2. Right, the first one you pull out is you see an image much like the one previously that you were studying, which was a psychic relay of here's how you make a little baby Oitug set. This is here's me making cranium rats. I am overjoyed to be using my prodigious talents to make more cranium rats. I did not design cranium rats. I have not had to experiment to make cranium rats. Another member of the colony has made some cranium rats, and now everyone's gone, they're a good idea, so I have been assigned to churn them out. But this guy's mind keeps flashing back throughout the process, and he's got some rats and he's pushing black stone into their heads. Throughout the process, you get images that this person would really much rather be working on something else. And then towards the end, there is an image where the door opens, the black stone door of the cranium rat lab opens, and in glides an Illithid, a mind flare. And the creature that you are looking through the eyes of immediately reaches out a three-fingered hand, much like the three-fingered hand you can see on the Illithid in front of you, and gently touches a black stone slab next to him, or next to them. I'm going to go with him, next to him, which disappears. And there is a conversation between these Illithids. You get vague emotion. The emotion that you are feeling is guilt and fear, and they're having a mental communication, so you're getting bits and pieces of the flashes that have been transferred. Fundamentally, the gist of this conversation goes, what have you been doing on the lower levels? You are not permitted to be working on weaponry. Let me see your notes. And then the creature that you are clicks their fingers, and in come a bunch of oitugs and pull this mind flayer apart.
Whoa!
The one that was asking the
The
questions.
one that was asking the questions. And start eating it. Panic, worry, and that's the end of the slate. That's what you get.
That's from that slate.
Sure.
The other one?
Okay, so the other slate is a. The other slate is. You took both. You've got your identifier. This is great. You see, it is a mind flayer who is really concerned. He is concerned that he has been discovered, and he is concerned that his secret project is going to get out. And so he is manufacturing something with the intention of it being something that mind flayers can't get past. And what he's building in a room you don't recognize is a great big something to do with plants. This mind flayer really likes plants. You get the sense of calm and joy when he's working on them, which helps to soothe some of the panic and fear that's there. He really likes plants, and he's working on, looks like a great big vine, and there's some kind of sacs that have things growing in them. You don't know what it is. It's a big mind flare deterrent, and the understanding is mind flayers can't read the minds of plants. They can't take over plants, and plants don't really take much psychic damage, so they're a pretty great thing to build plants that can defend mind flares, and that's what he's that's what he's working on somewhere further down. That's what you get from those slates.
Did you find anything for opening the door?
The door that's sealed, is it the one that undertakes
You might
use power source?
need to
Yes.
be an Illithid.
Eve, try poking the door.
Gandalf stuff.
Okay, you think at the door, and
Because that's the door your power source is behind.
you feel, okay, you can feel now, when you touch the door with your Gandalf staff, this door is locked. It does not open for you, and you're pretty sure that you need some kind of Illithid nonsense to get through this door. Because it's not, what the power that is keeping the door shut is not your power source. But there is a power source of yours which is very strong behind this door.
That's so frustrating. I can feel something there. It's so close. It's so strong, and I can't get through.
Iris, is there nothing you can do to open the door?
The last time you did it, it bit you. Essentially.
Probably won't work, but
If so, the tablets here are memories of mind flayers. Can you use the tablet to pretend to be the mind flayer that's on the tablet to open the door?
maybe.
You keep connecting your brain to them, so
DM sweats.
DM don't sweat. DM's like, okay, make me a roll.
Well, I think what I would try first, I like that idea, is the little D4s, because we knew they were attuned to the mind flayers.
Sure.
So I'll just grab it by one of its points and put the flat of it on the door, if that does anything.
Okay, you pick up one of the D4s and you touch it to the door. A rune gently, that is not inscribed, a rune appears on the door. And you've still got your whatever. It says incorrect key.
Okay.
Incorrect key. So these are keys.
I tried the other one.
Sure, incorrect key.
Okay.
Haven't you got like 3 or 4 of these?
Sure, but 2 of them I'm not going to risk on that.
Why not? It'd be like if it's coming down from
There.
I'll tell you, the piece of black stone bracket that you snapped off doesn't trigger anything.
I'll
You
go.
go, doo, doo, doo.
It hasn't got any runes on it. But what about the tablets? They've got runes on them, so I'm going to try the tablets. So
Dunk, dunk, dunk. Does nothing.
okay,
So
then
we
we'll
need
try
to
the.
heal.
I'll try the psychic link.
the D4s are keys.
Yeah.
Interesting. Finally, a use for these.
I'll try
they're
the
great
your
calculus.
psychic link idea. So
In fact, you touch the key, and the message you actually get is that is a key. Make me an Arcana check to see if you can pick this up.
13.
13. That is a key for a different compound.
Ooh.
What?
The key for maybe there's something beneath the elementals.
Ah. Okay.
No,
That we
it
met.
just means that
Because
there's
that's
gonna
where
be
they
more of
were.
these. Yeah, it's going to be more of these.
I'll try your psychic link idea. So flicking through the memories, and then as we get to one where I'm an Illithid, reach forward and touch the door.
I really like it. I'm going to say you can take me an Arcana check.
9.
A 9, then you do
One
not
point on
negate
20.
the 1 point of psychic damage that you take for going, can I get through? The forbidden access denied rune lights up and then glows down.
Well, thank you for trying, Iris. Well, we have, it seems, keys in need of doors and a door in need of key. So we should keep looking.
Okay, so these triangular shaped things are keys, so we should keep an eye out for them while we're in this place.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm thinking Ezekiel might be dead by now.
He's literally stood behind us.
He stood in front of you. He's saying,
Oh.
I found a strange thing.
Define strange.
Looks like a theater.
Theatre? Wait,
Yeah,
like an
come-
operating theatre?
Just come and have a look.
Alright.
I don't suppose you know what a real theatre looks
Can you?
You know, this wizard was going to give you stuff, and you're like, kill him.
He went into someone's brain without permission.
Yeah, no, he lost
I was going to
any-
hit him.
That's fine.
I was going to hit him right in the face.
That's cool.
That is
I
not
wish
cool.
I
he's
thought
easy.
to hit his helmet off.
Hmm?
That would have been
Next time I see him,
Cool shots
you
to
get
tin
him
hat.
Oh, that's
Cool
a
shot to
good
his tinfoil
idea.
hat of non-detection. All right.
Oh, I was going to smack him in the face.
No, actually, like, can you give us some more descriptive information, Zeke? Because what it sounds,
He is looking through a door, and
Okay.
he says, all right, what we got here is some sort of stage. Looks like
okay,
red
No, no.
hanging drapes. We
My
got
point-
a set of seats.
Zeke.
That's right.
My point was that up until then, what it sounded a lot like was that you were being mind controlled and trying to get us into a room.
All right. No, it ain't that.
Okay.
Or if it is, they're dead good.
Yeah. Why is there a stage in here? Why is this a theatre?
That's
That
an
hasn't
action.
appeared in
Is
any
it
of the memories
real?
I've accessed.
Not yet.
Is it real? Is there any way that we can sense if it's an illusion?
Bog?
Here, what boss? Hang on. Pog flies into the room. Oh, it's weird in here, boss. Oh. Pog comes out. Ooh. Don't like it in there, boss.
Why not?
Don't know. Sets me hairs on end.
I've got hairs.
Yeah, that's
You're a
right.
wizard.
Alright, if I had hairs, they'd stand on end. Alright, no need to be like that. That's hurtful. If you cut me, do I not bleed?
I don't know. Normally you just go poof.
Yeah, alright. But if I have blood, right, then I will bleed.
So if no.
Is
No?
this,
Anyway.
No,
is
it's-
there
I
anything
can't-
dangerous in there?
Don't know. I don't like it. It smells a bit. I don't think there's anything magic in there now. But this whole place is a bit magic.
Do we have to go through here?
No,
It's the only way forwards.
no, it's not. The corridor continues, but Zeke's like,
This is strange.
Um,
Okay.
let's.
I'm gonna.
Keep going.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
gonna
my feeling.
step in, but I'm just gonna step in, and if anything weird happens, I want you guys to just like pull me straight back. Okay?
So you approach and the door opens for you. The door opened for Zeke. That's why he's like. The door opens and you step in.
All right.
It is currently dark in here.
Yeah, I'm gonna
No
like
one's gonna turn the lights on.
just one step in, see if I can feel the same kind of
Reach
wound.
around and touch the walls and see if the lights go on.
That's right.
Iris, you've reached around and touched the walls, and Neva's taken one step in. Okay. Neva, I'd like you to take me a wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
You're very wise.
I am very wise.
It's good. This is a good
No,
save for
it's
you
a
to take.
casting stat, and also like the one you got from
Yeah, that's a 19.
On a 19, Neve, you feel a compulsion to get up and go onto the stage. And
Am I aware of this? Can I fight this?
oh, you have fought it.
Okay.
But you're like you
Ooh.
felt like you wanted to get up and go onto the stage, and you can see like something that Ghost Hunter would go, look, this is proof on a grainy bit of video. There is a thing that appears in the air and kind of steps through you and walks up onto the stage and starts moving, dancing. You aren't sure. It is that is what you see.
So it's
And the
like
rest
a
of
kind of
us?
spirit thing.
Sure, but it's really vague and indistinct. Humanoid.
Okay.
Can the rest of us see it?
You're not in the room. If you come up to the door, then yes, yes, you can. Yeah, you can see this.
Okay. So yeah, because they're all there. They're all there, like just behind me.
Okay, you can also see, now that you guys have come on, you can see that the faded red cloth is real cloth that is there. It is the only like comfort thing that you have seen. There are seats. These seats are made for comfort. They are really plush, really nice. Freya, the seats have straps. It's like a really nice set of theatre seats with straps for the arms and legs. And there's a little, and one for the head.
Maybe don't sit in.
That's what you see.
I'm not feeling that this is a good place. Should we just
Move on.
move on?
I mean, yeah, I'm out here. More wizard stuff.
Can I turn off the light?
Yeah, and the lights turn off. You reach in.
Can you still see
Actually, you've reached in to do that. That's fine.
Mm.
Can you make me a wisdom saving throw? You'll probably be fine.
You stood next to me, very much.
You are right next to you, so you get +3. A tasty +3.
+3, so that's 20 more.
That's amazing. Yeah. As Iris reaches into you see a second thing appear up on the stage and turn and start dancing and moving in strange jerking motions up on the stage. But you guys have passed your save, so you have no idea what they look like. And yeah, when you turn the lights off, they disappear.
They disappear when the
They
lights
disappear when the lights are off.
That is
Whew. Yep.
well something to discover later, I think.
Maybe not at all. And he's gonna step back out of the room.
Interesting. All right, let's just not have anything to do with that terrifying ghost theatre.
Yep, that is. Don't like that at all.
Ladies and gentlemen, when your GM is actually a thespian.
I felt a really strong desire going into the room to go up onto the stage.
Me too.
Yeah.
Well, shall we?
Yes, please. Says Zeke, really weirded out by this. He puts out his finger torch because the lights are on, and he walks through, and you can see there is a long room that is open. You guys walk up and the door opens for you. These doors appear to be automatic. They're opening for you down there. And what looks like a long set of hammocks with a headrest, specifically made headrest. And by each of the hammocks at one end, there is, it's like you took a semicircle and you melted holes in it like this. It is on a long stool. It's a stool that would be very uncomfortable for any of you guys to sit on. You're not sure how you'd do it. It's not designed for you.
Ah.
Okay.
Does there appear to be anything? It looks like a sleeping quarters, though, right?
Sure. It looks like a sleeping quarters.
Is there anything shiny?
Take me a perception, investigation.
Yeah.
Oh no, perception. I'll take perception from an immediate. Haha, I'm a rogue, and I'll take an investigation from a more concerted study. 21.
Yeah, is there storage? Are there drawers? I want to look for more of these key things.
Sure. Take me an investigation check.
Nat 20.
Right.
Well, I'm going to have my 17 over here.
Right. So, looking in, is there anything shiny? Yeah, you bet there's some shiny stuff in here. There is a really interesting set of. You have no idea what they're for. They're a bit serrated, and there's a thing with a plunger that you pull, and it peels things open. You don't know how that works. There's a set of very strange surgical tools in here.
Nice.
Yeah, sweet. Give me some
I'm
of them.
replacing my old rubbish surgical tools.
These were for plants. These are for I don't even know what these do. Sweet. You pick up strange surgical tools. Excellent. You're on a 17. You look around and you can see that there is a bit of blood around here that's dried on the floor. But it's, you know it's blood because you're like, oh, it's an old blood stain, but it's really old.
Is it purple in the form that we've seen their fluids before, or is it red?
Probably brown.
It's just brown. It's just brown on the floor. You can't tell exactly what it is. And Neve, yeah, you can see that there's another black door at the end, and on a little side table by it, there is a black stone square.
Ah.
Square or cube?
Cube, sorry. Yeah.
Cube.
Iris.
3.3 third edition.
What do you make of this?
Those runes are the same as these. Maybe that's one of the keys.
I'm going to try.
Don't be silly. Keys are triangular.
Wait, this isn't one of the forbidden doors, is it?
Right next to the door, it is a forbidden door. Yes.
I'm going to try and put it on the forbidden door.
Okay. You go.
Something died in here, I think.
You can take me a single point of psychic damage.
Cool. Ow.
And the door will open. And on the other side, you can see that there is a large pillar of black stone. There's a small room, maybe 10 foot by 10 foot. There's a pillar of black stone in the middle. It looks like a little bit like one of the obelisks. And this one has got handprint room for mind flayers to come and touch. And there are 8 very dead mind flayers.
For how long?
Like skeletons?
Like
Time is going
mummified
really
skeletons?
weird here. Things aren't aging in the way that you expect them to. So it's really hard to gauge.
Okay. But they're not mummified or anything like that.
They actually look relatively freshly dead.
Okay. The blood on the floor. Is there blood on the floor?
If that would open the
Long
other door.
blood on the floor. In here,
I
Yeah.
wonder
no
what
blood.
happened
No
here.
blood in here.
I don't.
I don't care. I don't want none of this.
Why would they have all come here? What is this?
We know that one of them made a weapon. Maybe it used it on the others.
Are
you've
there
explained what
any
you saw in
signs of
Chapter
how
was.
they died?
Are there any signs of how they died? You got a natural 20
I
on
did.
your investigation check. These creatures were all touching the stone when they died.
Okay.
All of them. They were gathered around,
And the stone-
touching the pillar, and they died. And they fell like.
Let's not touch the pillar of death.
I think that's a
Why
very
would they all be
good thing.
voluntarily touching the pillar that was going to kill them?
Or maybe it wasn't supposed to kill them.
Maybe it wasn't voluntarily.
Well, it strikes me that if anything is resistant to being controlled through controlled by others, it will be these things. We'd hope.
That says it's the green room for the stage.
I think
Full
we
of
should
dead
try that
actors, as
cube
all
on
green
the
rooms
other
should
door.
be.
All right. Let's,
Where's the other? Is there another door?
The door back that we couldn't open before.
But is there another door out of the?
No, this is a room. You can go back into the corridor that you were going down.
Oh, we're still in the corridor. We're still going down.
Corridor.
Oh, right.
Then there was a long room off the corridor with
Yeah.
all the hammocks and the
Yeah.
weird surgical tools, and then off of that room
Yeah.
there was a little small black pillar, lots of dead mind flares.
Okay.
Um,
Do we want to try and? What happened when you touched the cube to the door? Was it did the
Bit of a
forbidden
spark,
room, did
but-
the forbidden room come up again, or
No, it opened.
No, it opened.
but you still took a shock?
Mm.
Okay. Well, let's go and try it on that door.
maybe it's because we're not elected.
All right.
Lick
Yeah.
the pillar. Lick the pillar.
I'm gonna take this back up to the door with the elemental power on the other side of it.
Sure. Okay. You approach with the thing. In fact, as you approach, you put it to within about an inch of the door, and the ring glows a little bit.
Is that a good sign?
Is that the forbidden room?
Yep.
Okay.
What colour is it? Glowing red?
No, it's kind of glowing white.
I'm gonna put it to the door.
Sweet. You can take me a point of psychic damage,
Yep.
and the door will open.
What's there? What's there? What's there?
Inside this room, there is a translucent stone box. It is made of stone that is so thin that it is like glass that you can see through. But it still has the runes carved on it, and it is still the black stone, but you can see through it. There is a pillar either side and a pillar up and down. You can see that are going like that. And you can see that there is a roiling bundle of energy on the inside. It is
Elemental energy.
elemental energy. It is flame flickering at the edges of the box, and then suddenly it is stone pounding at the outside, and then it is a wave of water that crashes up and down, and then it is wind that is beating itself against it, and it cannot get out of the box.
Is there anything else in this room?
I think there's some druids work to be done here.
Yes. Is there anything else in the room?
You can see the stone that goes from the box in the middle of the room. There are some black stone tablets on the side of the wall that have been mounted in, things that come out, but that's what you get.
I'm heading instinctively over to the box with the trapped elemental thing.
The elemental thing wafts up against the side of the box as you approach.
Poor little baby. What are you doing here? I want to try and communicate.
Sure.
Same way you did with the water.
Yeah. I want to send calm and comfort and hey, it's okay.
Okay, you are trying
Someone's
to
here.
make me an Arcana check, please.
13.
On a 13, the creature says, tired, drained, sleepy, help.
All right. I want to just basically get across the fact that we're friends and like, please don't hurt us.
You're pretty sure you've done that.
Okay, great. We need
Box is
to.
pretty thin.
we
Can
need to
not
get
just
this out.
pack it?
I don't think brute
How many
force is going to
tablets are
do
there?
it.
There's 2 banks of 3.
And if it's trapping an elemental inside, I kind of doubt my magic's going to help from this side.
Mm.
Do my best and see what I can do if you want.
Cool. There we go.
Thunder!
Yeah, I'm going to pull thunder. And as I pull thunder back, I'm just going to ask, remember that guy? A second ago. Or as I'm hefting thunder. Remember that guy from a second ago?
But no, the brother wizard.
Cool. And then I roll into the box.
Sweet. There is a boom, boom. You're in a small stone room and you are all deafened for one round. There is a bright flash of light. The box shatters and there's a sudden wave of energy that blasts you all a step backwards, and the creature coalesces into a maelstrom of movement and comes walking slowly towards you, Neve, and at your feet there is a panting, tiny little fox spirit. It is.
For those of you that couldn't hear that particular pitch register,
It is a tiny little elemental fox
Oh
spirit.
my goodness.
If
It's a
you'd like
little
to,
fox.
please go to level 6. I will tell you exactly what you
And
gain.
Leaves
And we
Druid
are,
Heart grew 3 sizes that day.
we are going to take a short rest there. Don't go nowhere. We'll be back in 5.
Now
See in a
you
bit,
get
guys.
someone you can talk to in telepathically.
Yeah. Until then, please enjoy the wonderful fan art scroll that we have. Sweet. Yes.
Druid 6. What does Druid 6 do?
Yeah, right. I will level you while these
Just
people.
vast quantities of drugs.
Are you going to go, Josh?
No, my stuff's in the car.
Okay, cool.
Right, you gain Druid Circle feature.
What?
So you are a druid.
I just got to say, it's such a good choice walking away from the terrifying psychic ghost theatre. Really, there's always a chance that the players will just go, "What does this do?" Yeah, right choice.
Right, you are Circle of the Lands. 3rd, 5th, and 7th.
Why
No,
Circle
not
of the
applicable.
I
Yeah,
don't know.
you're Circle of the rivers, but not. You're like of the coast or something, isn't it?
I'm a bit weird and homebrewy.
I'm a bit homebrewy. There's a cream for that. So starting at level 6, moving through non-magical terrain costs you. Right. So moving through difficult terrain is no longer an issue for you. No longer costs you additional movement. You can move through difficult terrain at full movement. You can also pass through non-magical plants without being slowed by them and without taking damage. So you can walk through brambles.
Great.
Just surround everything with brambles. In addition, you have advantage on saving throws against plants that are magically created or manipulated to impede your movement, such as those created by the Entangle spell.
Okay.
You are very resistant to plants and being entangled and stopped by things.
Great.
You can cast a...
So useful down here in the sewers. Oh no, I suppose we've got Oitugs, so like...
I was going to say, have you not been paying attention? They're
No,
really good.
I guess they're magical plants, so...
You also gain an additional 3rd level spell slot per day. I don't know if you're going to need to rest to gain access to that today.
An additional...
So you can cast 3 3rd level spells per day rather than 2.
And is it still, what, 3 level 2s and 4 level 1s? And I don't know.
4 level 1s, 3 level 2s, 3 level 3s. 3 cantrips. Same as usual, same proficiency. Yeah, other than the fact that you can now walk through areas of difficult terrain easily.
Nice. Fantastic.
No,
you say this wall is difficult terrain.
Very difficult.
I also get the impression that you may have obtained something else. If this fox thing is going to be possibly some sort of nature familiar for you, but we will see.
We'll check that with Josh when he comes back. In the meantime,
gain
apparently... Oh, yes.
5 plus your con mod in hit points.
Thank you. That is very important.
That's really important. Mostly, however, what I'm trying to do is figure out what to do about the fact that I just had a go at Freya about something that I was a chicken for. Because everything that happened between Balthazar and Horatio happened...
It's alright, we would have told you at some point.
Okay, sure.
I think that's very reasonable.
Yeah, sorry, I just realised that I was actually a chicken for that. I remember it very clearly because I watched the stream, unlike some of you.
So we have a shameless promotion.
Shameless promotion.
Yes, Liquid Lulu says, while we wait for the players to come back, I mentioned the game I've been working on. It's called RoboStar, and it's a game about being an old lady in a hover chair and battling killer robots. I finished it in January, and it's now up for beta. If any of you viewers like video games, you can play it online here. There is a link in chat. The thing that would be most useful for me to know is if any of the rooms are too hard for you on easy difficulty. As a developer, I vastly underestimate how difficult new players find the game. I have played a bit of this game. It's great fun. You should totally check it out.
What should I search if I wanted to find this? Because people watching on YouTube won't see the link. So, Lilo,
okay.
what key search terms will get us to your game?
Oh, I don't know. That is a good
RoboStar.
question.
RoboStar game?
The thing here, it says robostar.space/game. That might get you there.
But
Sounds like it might.
if I know having known lo-fi for long enough, how many of those are the word and how many of those are the symbol?
All symbols are symbols.
Duh.
No, that's not true. Robostar.space/game. There we go.
And is star STAR?
Ah! I would have said asterisk, I think. Robo asterisk. No.
Robo asterisk.
Oh yes, yeah. Join our Discord group, and we will put the link in for the game in there. That is a great idea. Thank you, Pandan Soda. So yes, if you join our fun internet cult, then you can have links to fun games.
You'd hire you as a mod at some point, Hannah, so you're far too organised.
Oh no. Yes. R0B05 TAR asterisk DOT square brackets. Oh.
You people are the worst.
I'm so excited.
I get excited, but I have no fox to give.
Oh.
I'm going to put this up your, I'm going to put my phone up your nose in a minute.
The jugular. I'm bleeding out.
I mean, the jugular you've got time, because that's the vein, right? Isn't the jugular?
No, jugular is. Oh man, maybe it is.
Veins are close to the surface.
Yeah, but no, this.
Like anything up here is bad. Right?
Yes, the jugular vein. But yeah, so it's still the main vein that connects your body to your head.
But it's not.
But it's not.
Body.
But it's not the. Is it the aorta? No, the.
The aorta is kind of here. It tends in something else.
What will you call Fox? Well, first I will politely ask if Fox has name.
Yes.
Fox has been around
Mulder.
for a long time. Mulder. If Fox does not have name, we will find Fox.
I think the fox should be called Cow.
Should be called.
Nothing.
This is a dangerous question. 2. Is it better or worse than Pog?
They can.
I think we know the answer to that.
We'll put both Fox and Pog in a room with a knife, and they can figure it out between themselves. And we open the door up next. They're just in a big snuggly puddle.
Carotid artery
Carotid.
pumps it up. Carotid, yep. And jugular vein takes the blood away, and like they're both up here, and like just don't open them. Should not be open.
But the vein is at least under lower pressure than the one going up. Interesting story. Giraffes have a set of capillaries at the base of their brain that don't expand in any way, because the pressure that it takes for their heart to pump blood up their neck is so high that if the blood vessels expanded in any way, then their head would just explode.
That's so cool.
It's very weird. They have like this little very fine space thing to sort of like. Oh no! Oh god! Everything's on.
We are all fine. We're
fine.
still in frame. We're good.
It's fine. Yeah, they have this very fine web of capillaries that don't expand.
So they're like they're the buffers that slow the brain
otherwise
down.
they blow the top of their head off every
I
time.
think they have some system which changes the thickness of the veins and the arteries when they drink. Because
so
when their head goes down to drink, then they don't need as much pressure.
Oh
no!
Cool. They also have the same number of neck bones that humans do. This is true. I knew this.
And they also fight with their necks. It's terrifying. They kind of like smack at each other with their necks. And they have long spikes that go up their throats, and they use it to dart prey.
Really? No. What?
Throat spike.
Sorry,
it was a joke from a stream. No, it wasn't a stream. I think we were watching. I'm terribly sorry, I can't remember his name, and the nickname that we gave him in school has stuck. Heinrich von Germandude, the bald guy with the hat,
right?
Who does the autopsies and like plastination of things. I can't remember his name, but I think he's terribly German, or at least that's the memory that I've got in his head. And he does this thing called plastination of things, where you take a cadaver and you essentially put it in resin, and then you make slices of it, and then you have basically this 3D image of the inside of an animal. And he was doing a dissection of a giraffe that had died in a zoo.
Right.
And it was like he did one on like an elephant that had died, similar things. Like there were these live dissections that they did.
Wow.
And then possibly the most interesting one was a live dissection of a human being that had died and donated their body to science. So that specific process.
That's cool.
And it was fascinating. But yes, we were watching it, and I think getting drunk at the time, and somebody was doing the voiceover for it, and what came out from this was that giraffes have a throat spike, and they're actually very aggressive predators that.
Like a xenomorph.
Yeah.
That's cool. I like it.
Yeah, that's what they do.
But their tongue is as long as their
I
neck.
always wondered where giraffes came
We
from.
are back, and we will continue this wonderful giraffe conversation after that. But for now, yes, there is a exhausted little fox thing. The lights in the corridor outside dim.
Oh.
Oh, you poor little thing. Can I, hold it? Can I gather it up? Will I get burnt?
It is not going to burn you. You scoop up this creature made of the 4 elements, and
I will never let this go.
it looks up at you. It is extraordinarily cute.
Like we're talking merchandising potential, unknown since Porgs.
It climbs up and drapes itself around your shoulders like a scarf.
I'm okay with this.
Um,
Yeah, you can. You
it
can sit
has
there and...
its tail is currently made of fire, but it's very small.
Damn, we need to go back upstairs to the other room. All of these rooms contain level ups. We need to go and get them all.
You can do that.
No. Yeah, but Zeke will get huffy and...
You kidding me? Zeke wants power.
Zeke.
Speaking of which, you cannot have this.
Zeke is looking at that. All right, I got no designs on that right now.
Yeah, when you say things like right now, it doesn't endear you to us.
I don't need to endear myself to you.
That's very true.
I know y'all hate me.
I don't hate you. Kind of low-level annoyance at the moment.
Oh, something I can work with.
Shall we continue on?
I'm gonna
Might be trinkets upstairs.
I'm gonna ask
On my way
if
back.
Fox has a name.
You ask if the fox has a name, and the fox doesn't have a voice.
Okay.
It doesn't speak to you.
In words.
In words, yeah. It speaks to you kind of in druidic. You get images and emotions and,
Yeah.
and sensations from the fox.
Emojis.
Yeah.
Gratitude is the main emotion right now, and tired.
Mm-hmm.
The other one, and the fox curls itself around you, and you can feel yourself being gently restored by this fox. It is sharing itself with you, and it is taking a little bit from you as
Good.
well.
I have it to give.
That's fine.
Right. This fox is called Fox.
Okay. The
Sweet.
fox is called Fox.
Yes.
When we get
That's,
to the topic, get us somewhere.
Original, says Ezekiel. We
Well, I mean, we were calling you jackass for ages, so it's the same sort of principle.
incredibly creative. I'm trembling in my boots. Shall we?
I've been told by the GM I can't swear on stream, so...
Should we press on, or is there more to discover in this room with a broken box?
Well,
Let's
there's
carry
more
on.
to discover. Point at the tablets.
I can't read those.
Takes me time.
We do need to try and find Lord Bucks and the King in Colours.
Mm.
And the longer we can't faff too long.
Mm-hmm. We'll have to come back this way anyway.
I mean,
Maybe.
you say that, but Stranger Things.
Box is someone outside.
There's someone outside, apparently.
Where? Which direction?
They're walking up the corridor.
On the corridor.
Stand out in the corridor.
You're going to stand out in the corridor?
Yeah.
Sweet. You stand out in the corridor, and you can see there is somebody walking up the corridor towards you.
Humanoid?
Humanoid, yes.
3 fingers?
No, the person walking up the corridor towards you is...
Naked?
Sorry, the person walking up the corridor towards you, you do not recognise. You have never seen this person before.
Mhm.
This is a priest who is dressed in the kind of dark green of Palamedes, that is walking up towards you.
From which
above
direction?
or from below?
From the direction you have not been.
Hello? Have they got the hood up?
Have they got the hood up? They do not have the hood up. No, you can see it as a long, tall, thin man.
Hello?
Greetings.
Oh no, it's Snake.
Alan Rickman.
Well met, friend.
Well met. You're coming from that direction, so I'm keeping my mind open at the moment. Who are you, and why are you coming from that direction?
I have been searching for Lord Bucks. I hear he was taken. I am looking for Ezekiel to see if I can find him as well.
Okay.
How does Ezekiel react to this? Because I'm imagining we can hear this from inside
Yeah.
the room.
Where are you? You're in.
What? In the blazes?
Where are you? Are you a priest? Which
I am a priest of Palamedes.
The green. Yes, the cloak thing.
That is correct. It is Midastide today. It is a holy day.
It is Midastide today. What did you want? Who are you looking for again?
I
Lord
was looking
Bucks
for Lord
and-
Bucks and indeed Ezekiel. But I am
who's-
right now headed to fetch the Lady Sariel and bring her down.
Okay. I know Lord Bucks. I'm down here to find him as well.
That is correct.
Who's Ezekiel? What does he look like?
Ezekiel is a dwarf in the employ of Lord Bucks. He
Okay.
is not in considerable power.
Why are you bringing Sariel down here for? And who's Sariel? I don't know who Sariel is.
Sariel is an
Oh
elf.
no, I met
You have met
Sariel.
Sariel.
I met Sariel upstairs.
She is an elf of some power.
Mhm.
Her talents will be very useful down here. Excuse me, I will leave you to your business.
No, absolutely. I'm going to make sure to fill the door as much as I can.
Wait, let me come through.
No,
You fill the door as much as you can.
Go on, let me through, let me through.
Make me a...
The access denied rune appears on your
Are you trying to make... Okay, are you saying this? Yeah, Lord.
Yeah.
Okay, and then in that case, I'm going to stand aside and let her pass before the rest of them, before he comes level with the door.
Wait, could you show us where Lord Bucks is?
Right. Guy clocks you, and probably not
I'm-
Fred.
No,
Fred-
I have come out of...
I'm
yeah.
making sure to let her out before he gets level with the door, Josh, if that's
Ah,
possible.
lovely. Greetings, we have met before.
Yes.
You are the Lady Neve.
I am. You are Severus Snape.
Snape.
What was his name?
I think it was Clarence.
Oh, I don't.
Let's go with Clarence.
Let's
It's
go with
Clarence for
Clarence.
now.
Clarence of Palamedes.
Maybe Cuthbert. Yes, that is correct.
Can you show us where Lord Bucks is?
I can,
Please, we would be most grateful.
certainly. Come with me.
Okay.
And Clarence turns and starts walking down the corridors.
Divine
You're
sense
welcome,
behind him?
Sariel.
Sorry?
Divine sense behind it?
You cast Divine Sense, and this guy is ringing with Illithid magic. It is powerful.
Great. Yeah, I'm going to say, you're welcome, Sariel, very quietly, for the benefit of the camera. And I'm going to say, have a path to Bucks.
Let's go.
The lights are fading a little bit. You follow, right? Great.
I'm heading down.
He's leading you.
Yeah.
Yorga, you heading with?
Yep.
Ezekiel is very confused. I ain't certain what's going on here. Do you know what's going on here?
No.
Well, I see. All right, best be wary.
Mm-hmm.
And he follows Clarence.
Actually, probably the sign that York actually made was...
He follows Clarence. There is a moment where, in fact, you pass two distinct corridors that you could have taken, but Clarence don't lead you down those. They both have doors at the end, and they look like they're corridors that lead places. But Clarence don't care about them. He continues straight on, and you follow him until he reaches a door. Door opens, and Clarence says, he is down this way.
Josh, for your sake, I am preparing an action of if some sort of horrible fish monster turns up, I'm going to cast Protection, Evil and Good on myself.
Sure.
And I think knowing this is a thing, I'll be preparing to cast Bless on Freya, because you always fail your saves. On these three.
Okay.
Sweet. Preparing to cast Bless on these three.
Would be my sort of prepared action.
That's fine. Lovely. So you guys are ready to do this. That's fine. I'll allow that. That's no problems at all.
Sorry, I didn't mean to break
great.
it.
No worries. You start heading. He leads you. It's a slight slope down. You can tell it's been engineered. Like the hallways, they're really strange. They're all made out of the same black stone, and as you walk in, the lights flicker on again, but they're not as bright as they once were. And it's starting to feel a little damp underfoot. You can see that there is there is a large opening, like a big circular pool. Yeah, let's go with Clarence. There's a big circular pool, and there is a tunnel system. Some of it is underwater, some of it is not. This is the direction.
We have to go into the water.
Yeah, that don't work great for me, says Ezekiel. I'm afraid it is the only way.
Okay.
Sure.
Yeah.
Moses, this crap.
I'll Moses this.
Okay, so what you need for that is you need is something move water, which is a level 4 spell, which you do not have. But you do have tools in your arsenal that can help with this.
Well, that's cryptic.
You are
this screams trap to me.
Sure.
But we can't go under the water.
I do not know how to advise you then. I could see if I can find the Lady Sariel. She will have something.
What does it feel like being mind controlled by this thing? Of interest.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
I am not under any mind control.
Yeah, you are. You
No.
stink for them.
I do not stink. I bathe regularly.
When did you decide to come and get Lady Sariel?
I'm going to fetch Lady Sariel.
Yes.
She is a person of power. You are all people of power. I will take you down.
When did you decide?
You are causing him some distress. It is a thing that must be done. Please, I will escort you. It is perfectly safe. I will show you. He gets into the water, and his robe kind of floats up around him, and he puts his head down underneath, and it comes up, and it's all oily and not very nice. See, it's fine. There is nothing in here to be afraid of.
But where do we go from here?
There is a tunnel system.
Underwater?
But we will suffocate.
Some of it.
How far is it underwater?
Less than a mile.
We're definitely going to suffocate if we go in the water then.
Have you made this journey before?
I have.
How?
I'm not certain.
Maybe we could just draw the Aboleth here. Just splash around in the water, then we don't have to drown.
I don't think it's a shark.
Oh, you think it's a fish?
You could try.
I do have.
I can make myself.
I do have a spell for this.
Is it make self delicious to shove?
Turn into an otter?
I could give
do
us
that.
all the ability to breathe underwater.
Oh.
You can what now?
If we are willing to walk into this trap.
How long does it last?
Oh wow! Like a day.
Is it a spell you have to concentrate on?
I don't think so.
Oh, good.
Doesn't got a C in a diamond.
This is the session of obvious traps. Eventually,
No.
the players will be like, "Fine, let's just do it."
Okay, yeah, that just happens then. If you do it.
Well, if we
Honestly, I'm voting we turn around.
We need to go this way. We need to
is
save
this the
more
way to
fun.
the Aboleth?
Lord Bucks is not
You
this
can get us
important.
there. I say we do it.
Is Lord
Is this the way you were planning on coming?
Clarence?
I have not been down this far. Here, all right, look, here's my thinking. Is it a trap?
Yes.
Yes.
Obviously. Is it a trap for all of us?
Yes.
Yeah.
Now that I doubt. Listen to what he's been saying. I'm going to go get Lady Sariel. I'm going to go get Ezekiel. I'm going to bring people down one at a time.
Are you going to be able to do anything more than make tea down here, though?
Now, that is an excellent question. Well, I ain't waiting up here and you all risk your lives. That ain't happening. I'm not. We're going to split this.
Yep.
Is that a shred of nobility I heard in your voice just then?
No, self-interest.
Self-interest. We say.
Sorry, just so we're clear, I thought it was nobility for a moment. I was clearly wrong. I apologise. Right.
And you don't know me.
What do you think?
But we turn around.
Someone said
Don't
something about
fancy
honor.
I vote we need to go and get more bucks.
There's only one Lord Bucks.
Otherwise, Tyndall will have to stay here.
If we don't go down,
Oh, zing.
if we don't go down, then Sariel will be next, and possibly Tyndall, and we won't know, and we won't be
I'll
able to
take
stop it.
Tyndall back to.
Yeah. You don't have to go and fight the Aboleth. Oh, Perez being mind controlled says.
No, the rest of the party are clearly being mind controlled. I vote we do this because it needs to be done one way or the other.
It might. Can the mind flayers hold?
I'm gonna
here?
grab.
And maybe he's right. We'll learn more about the binding.
I'm gonna grab Thunder for a moment. Any other advice that you've got other than?
This is definitely a trap.
Well, you see, this
Yes,
is the thing.
I
Lancelot.
am
This
certain.
is the thing.
Yes.
Bucks.
But have you got any
He's a
advice
person of
past the
power.
idea that this is beyond you, but you still need to do it?
I can tell you. This creature make people breathe water.
That makes sense. Okay. Apparently Clarence's condition here of being able to breathe underwater is something that this creature does.
Well, Bucks is a person of power, but other than his elemental ring, he has no magic. The King in Colours is a person of power, but as far as we know, has no magical ability. Sariel is a druid, but not really a battle druid. We might be able to surprise them.
I think this.
Now that's some positive thinking, says Z.
The way I see
It depends if we're having this conversation in front of an entity that is mind controlled that might be able to just know what we're saying already.
we can attempt to save Lord Bucks, or we can attempt to save Bartholomew.
Balthazar.
That was entirely in character. Getting the name right.
do not get to pull that manipulation
It's
on
not a
us.
manipulation. It's my fault, but he's in danger now.
And you have only just expressed concern about it now when your life might be in danger. Cool. Hit me
It
up,
would
Nick.
take us days
Let's-
to get to Balthazar.
Let's do this.
Yes, I agree.
Um,
Whatever's happened there is done.
Lady
We will
Freya,
have to
if
come
you're
and pick up the pieces
staying up
afterwards.
here, I recommend that you, I don't know, get the town ready for what's about to happen. Either that or just get Tyndall and get out of here.
I'm going to cast water breathing on everyone, including Freya.
Fine.
I'm coming on a swashbuckler.
Neve shapes a bit of this water, picks it up, and makes a little bubble, and gently affixes it around your head, and it starts spinning a little bit. You can breathe air just fine while this bubble is up and going, but you all look a bit like you have space helmets on.
We can
And
strut now.
you're all kind of suited up and ready
I'm going to
to.
put my head in the water.
You stick your head in the water, and not only are you able to breathe with your head under the water, but also you can see just fine down here.
Oh, so, Yor, can you hear me?
I think it's still dark,
Yeah.
but you can
Yeah.
see okay.
Can I hear Iris?
It's fainter than normal, but yes, you can communicate underwater with this spell up.
Just about.
But it's
Actually,
not.
can I
normal.
speak underwater?
Yes.
Okay.
You can breathe and speak and perceive underwater.
Has Clarence joined us?
I'm going to swing myself into the water.
As Clarence joined you,
In mail.
In mail.
Well, yeah, I'm going to sit
Yeah.
to the bottom. So what?
Makes
It means I can walk.
sure, you swing down into the water. Freya, you have not yet entered. Ezekiel has not yet entered. But your sinks down.
Bunch of Pog. You get a bubble?
It's willing creatures. Any willing,
many?
up to 10 willing creatures.
You can put Pog in a bubble if you want.
Including the 3 people that are
Right.
currently hiding.
Pog, you make a little bubble for Pog, and he kind of clambers in, and then he's going, "Oh, hang on, this was a mistake." And Pog,
I imagine as my elemental is a mix of things, it will probably be all right.
your elemental, as soon as you start stepping into the water, the elemental says, "Concern, alarm, concern."
Protection, and I'll show the.
The elemental shifts form, and you have a water fox that is going to join you down in the water.
Oh, look at how snug she is.
I'll describe what you see in a second. Freya, you and Zeke are stood at the top of this pit with Clarence. They've gone. I should go and find the Lady Sariel. Clarence starts to walk. Yeah.
I'm gonna take all of my nice clothes off.
Zeke says, "Oh, pardon me."
Get down
Doesn't
into my
turn away.
pirate gear, put my pirate hat on, and in we go.
Wait, you just bring a change of clothes with you?
My disguise kit, come on.
And says Freya, she dives in.
Man, the next group of adventurers that turn up after we have all been killed are going to be like, "Why is this pile of clothes?"
It's really weird.
This is exactly this kind of little addition that make dungeons creepily human when you go into them. If you're like, and there's a pair of boots here.
So we'll do this in the after dark, but that's a good topic. So Freya, you have dived in to join the rest of the group, and the swimming that you need to do here is fairly minimal if you're happy, because you can breathe. So if you're happy to sink down and kind of clamber and walk, that's a thing you can do. If you were a strong swimmer, this is a journey you could have made by holding your breath, maybe, but it would have been dice. As it is, you do not need to do this. And that is a really, really good thing. You make your way down. It's like a well shaft that goes down and opens out into a much wider water pool. And you can see that there is a tunnel that leads up to a pocket of air. And there's a few of those. And you start swimming along the tunnel. It is dark down here, illuminated faintly by the flickering light of the runic carvings all around that everything seems to be made of. And you can see that there is a pile. There are some dead bodies at the bottom of this well. They are bloated. They look destroyed. Some of them are bones. And
Humanoid, all of them?
yeah, all of them. And you swim across and over, and you emerge.
All the while I'm walking down this tunnel. York is just going to Lancelot. It's like, could you have possibly chosen like a favoured weapon that was easier to swing underwater? Is that a thing that you could have done?
As we're going past the bodies, I just asked Pog if he can smell anything on them.
Oh, hang on, boss. Let me have a... He pokes his nostrils out the thing. He brings it back in. And his little bubble now has a little amount of water in it. He goes, "Oh, that was bad. Won't do that again, boss." No. He says, no, he can't smell anything on them. But yeah, he tried.
Oh, my little water fox is just swimming through.
Your
them,
little water
isn't
fox
it?
is just
Like a
swimming.
jellyfish.
Like it ain't no thing. It seems to be fairly recharged by being in the water. It's
Good.
happy to do it.
I'm glad.
And there is a little
I get like that when I go and have a bath as well.
there is a little island that you can see. You've made your way through the tunnels, and the tunnels veer downwards. There are still pockets of air up here. The air is a bit stale and not very nice, but you can see that as you made your way through, you come to a much larger underground water, like a great big lake. There is a pocket of air above it, and the light is, like I said, dim and flickering. It's not super easy to see. Dark vision, fine. Iris, through the green-blue shifting haze of the water, you're fairly certain you can see a large shape moving towards. So once again, big underground cavernous area, island in the middle, tunnel that you have come through to get here. Tunnel leads all the way back to Illithid comp.
I would like to stand up on the island.
Well, how big is the shape compared to the size of the tunnel?
The shape could fit through the tunnel.
I'm gonna
But only just.
get up onto the island.
Make me an athletics check. You are in heavy armour.
17.
Okay.
18.
18. It ain't pretty, but you clamber up Yorg onto the island. The shape is making its way gracefully towards you. You can see that this creature has a single, it looks like an eye that's been sewn shut.
Is this?
And it is a long, dark, whale-like that is moving towards you through the water. You can all see something big and dark and shifting. Danger, danger.
Is this the Aboleth I'm going to say to Zeke?
Zeke has caught you guys up by now. He stayed up there for a bit. But Zeke has caught you up.
Has his hair gone out?
It's in the bubble.
Oh.
It's against the edge of the
That's
bubble.
going to use your oxygen quick.
That's not how magic works.
It might be. All right, everybody. This is the one.
I'm going to cast Protection Good and Evil on myself and start helping people up onto the island.
Great, you cast Prop Good and Evil on yourself. You guys can tell me where you would like to be. You arrive up onto the island, and you can see that up on the island there are a few were creatures, as well as the prone forms of Lord Bucks and the King in Colours.
Okay. Are the were creatures also prone?
The were creatures, one of them is prone, yeah.
And the other ones are.
There are 3 that are not prone.
Hi.
Are there any nooks and crannies in the ceiling?
In the ceiling? Wow.
Says the lady with shadow step.
Are there any nooks and crannies in the ceiling? There are no nooks or crannies in the ceiling. It is made of a single sheet of black stone. You could get to a corner of the room and kind of take me a check to stay poised there.
Yeah.
Take me a hard acrobatics check.
You say that to the woman with +10.
Yeah, I know. This is the hard check.
Oh,
Roll another dice. Roll another dice.
Dead dice on the floor.
14.
14 is not sufficient to pass a hard acrobatics check. Freya, there is a moment where you teleport and you try and reach the ceiling, and you hear Shunsui say, "Where are you headed?" And you materialize maybe 20 foot into the air, and you start to fall. He says, "The ceiling is lit."
I'm still learning this.
And Freya is falling. You fall with a whoosh into the water, and you almost land upon a large, dark shape. It moves, and you almost land upon a large, dark shape. Can you make me a saving throw, please?
What's the saving?
I'll
Which
tell you.
variety?
I'll tell you in a second. I need to put that. Right.
The answer is no.
Is the answer no? That is very sad.
Almost certainly no.
All right.
Maybe it's a really easy saving throw.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a saving
DC3.
throw of
I
like
mean,
5.
DC 3, amazing. Freya, you land and your little bubble gets covered in a thick, mucousy membrane.
Gross.
It is really not very nice at all. That's why it's not, because it's not in here. Oh, it's right there. In a thick, mucousy membrane. You can see through it, that's okay. But you can feel the oil that this creature is secreting is covered your pirate clothes. That's fine, they haven't taken any damage, but you, Freya, have been poisoned. And you have been poisoned for a while.
Disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks.
And maybe other effects. There is a slight glow from the creature, and you see it's muted because it looks like its eye has been sewn shut. And you can see that it opens now. Its mouth does not look like the mouth of a whale. Its mouth is circular and has teeth all the way around. It's right at the front of its body, and it's like a horrible hole that opens like that. And you hear a voice in your mind that says, "You are a noble. Welcome, Freya of Merrick. And can you please take me a wisdom saving throw?" This is one you want to pass.
12.
That's really good. Excellent. Please bring your friends here. You are completely under the control of this Aboleth, Freya. Also,
Oh, the surprise! Freya gets mind controlled again.
Wait.
you can make your save with advantage because Shunsui is there.
Oh.
Mind control affects anyone who has a connection to an elemental whatever.
No.
What do you get?
Less.
Less. Excellent. Shunsui says, "Do not listen to it.
You rolled a 10 instead of a 7. What did you?
No, sorry, it's not enough. Not enough. Freya, you have been mind controlled by the Aboleth. And it says, please bring your friends here.
Okay.
What is everybody doing at this point? Everyone is out of the water.
Were
Who wants to
creatures
be?
doing?
The were creatures, they're just standing there.
And then I see Freya fall off the ceiling. I'm like,
Freya and lands right on top of the Aboleth.
Do you think she's trying to attack it?
Is everybody else up on the island at this point?
I'm up on the island.
You've managed to get everybody onto the island. Zeke is shaking off. But in
I'm-
fact, he engulfs
Yeah.
himself in a little bit of flame to cook his clothes.
I want to check on the King in Colours and Lord Bucks.
Okay, Neve, you make it up onto the island and you scrabble over and you can see the prone forms of the King Colours and Lord Bucks. You immediately come and check them. Make me a medicine check.
Sure. Plus 11.
They are not dead. They are not really injured either. The Lord Bucks has received a nasty blow.
Okay.
The King in Colours you see for the first time. He is a. You assume it is the King in Colours. I cannot. It's the King in Colours. It's pretty likely. It's an Edelmention.
Cool.
Wearing multicolours?
He has a jerkin made of lots of different colours.
I'm gonna.
Greetings, you all here.
Ooh.
Welcome. Welcome. I'm so glad that you all could make it. Your friend Freya will be up shortly.
I'm swimming towards the island.
Freya is
Oh
swimming
no,
towards the
not
island.
again. I'm going to put a nominal amount of hit points into Lord Bucks with healing word to help with the blow on the back of his head.
Okay, sure. You have a healing potion, I assume? Probably very use of resources at this point, but that's fine.
I do have a healing
Sweet.
potion.
You apply a salve to the back of Lord Bucks' head,
Yep.
and it heals over.
Great.
He sits up and regains consciousness. What is going on?
Are you alright?
I'm fine. Where are we?
You've been kidnapped and taken underground to this Aboleth creature. We need to get you up to the surface.
Yes. Yes, I should get up to the surface. That's what I'm here for. He pushes you into the water.
Oh.
Neve, you have been pushed into the water. The Aboleth is getting closer. Freya, Neve has been pushed into the water next to you.
Hi, Neve. You're coming further into the water now.
The Aboleth is swimming closer to the island.
Freya attempts to grapple Neve.
Cool.
Okay, Neve, make me an athletics check. Freya, make me an athletics check.
An athletics check.
0.
That's 20. Yo.
You break her nose so hard that you struck her mind control?
A natural 20. Make me another saving throw.
Natural 1 versus 0.
Oh.
With advantage because of sensory?
Use
No.
the other dice. This is a better
All right,
dice.
but Neve, Freya comes towards you and attempts to grab you, and you simply, you bring down your staff as you fall into the water, and it cracks down onto Freya's head. Freya is in the water. Iris, what are you doing?
I'm going to cast Bless on those 3 people. That's what I was preparing to do.
Sweet.
So we'll put bless up. Would you each like a d4?
I have a d4. I have my blessed dice from previous.
D4.
The lights flicker a little bit more.
Which adds to saves.
It does. That's very important against the Aboleth.
It adds saves. That is good news.
Saves and hits. Saves and attacks.
Sure.
I have an idea that it's very cool if it works, but it may not work.
One moment. So Iris casts bless on you all, and you all have a small pair of little wings that have appeared around you and kind of embraced you like armor.
I'm gonna channel divinity into my shield.
Channel divinity. There's a blue glow appears around you all.
I will say, release my companions. Let us take Lord Bucks and the King in Colours out of this place. And this doesn't have to come to violence.
You are welcome. Take Lord Bucks and the King in Colours from this place. Actually, you say that, don't you? And the Aboleth is going to say, come closer.
I will come closer.
Sweet. There is and the creature crests the surface of the water, a great black head, which looks like it has a sewn shut eye, and a horrifying serrated set of teeth. Opens its mouth. Can you take me a saving throw, please, Jorg? Wisdom saving throw.
Is it versus mind control?
It is versus mind control.
No, I won't make a saving throw.
You are immune to mind control.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Sorry.
At this point, I say, Zeke, now! While it's got its mouth open.
Sweet!
Target cannot be charmed, frightened, or possessed.
Great. Okay, the Aboleth has wasted an enslave attempt on you. Right. So that occurs, and it is like so on. It tries a thing, and your shield glows brightly.
I'm going to shake my head and say, no, and then I hit it.
Okay, cool. So this creature
like
is
triple
right in
attack.
front of you. Jorg dives in with the Axe of Thunder. Meanwhile, Iris and Zeke, what are you doing? Zeke says, all right, here we go. Raises two fists that both start glowing and punches forwards.
How a word calamari?
There is a pair of rocketing jets of fire that lance into the Aboleth. And the Aboleth recoils a little bit from this attack. It's like, back into the water.
Is the Aboleth up at the surface?
It has crested up to the
I am
surface.
down beneath it.
Correct.
I would like to cast Water Walk on the Aboleth. If a creature is submerged and Water Walk is cast on it, it is propelled to the surface of the water and may not return for an hour.
Oh, that's just the best stupid thing I've ever heard.
What's its non-swim movement speed?
That's just the best stupid thing I've ever heard.
It is magic. Okay, Neve, the druid, the Aboleth. Right, we'll definitely come to this. I want to resolve these attacks first.
Oh,
this is going
That
to
was
be
a good use of
Right.
level 3
Okay,
spell.
we're getting to this. This is glorious. Jorg, charge in and make me your attack. Ezekiel has hit this thing.
Advantage or regular?
Regular, for sure. It is towering over you. You have leapt up to smash at it.
Okay.
Not very hard to hit. Well, I mean, it's quite hard to hit, but not.
14?
14 don't do it.
16?
16 do it. 16, you have hit this Aboleth.
In that case,
16 is what you need.
Could the Aboleth on a 16 please take me 15 points of various types of damage, magical and light?
Sweet.
Thunder.
Have you smited it? Have you smoked?
I have not smitten it.
Sweet, 15 points.
I am
So,
saving that particular round.
sweet. Jorg leaps up with his axe of Lancelot, which leaves a glowing white trail, and the leap was huge, Jorg. Lancelot desperately wants to kill this thing.
Okay.
Noted.
He is deeply in favour of murdering this thing extremely hard.
Okay.
Noted.
And yeah, there's a kaboom, and the ring of the axe of Lancelot as it cuts into this creature and starts to score it down. You jumped up, cut slightly under its chin, and the axe is dragging down it. This is a huge creature. You are currently hanging off of it on the axe. There is a pair of whoop, whoop, and flaming fists left searing imprints in the side of it. The creature shrieks. Iris,
I think it's into the mouth with an acid bottom.
Oh, hang on, sorry. At the end of your turn, Yorg, it is going to attack you. Its tail sweeps up and slaps you on it. Sorry, that's a legendary action, correct?
Sure.
Aboleth, be good. So, Yorg, you are currently dangling off of it. It definitely hits you. Would you like to take 15 points of bludgeoning damage? Less 3. Deal. The creature's tail, as it starts to fall back into the water, bam, quickly comes out like a whip and smashes into Yorg. Iris, what did you do to it?
I'm going to acid bolt it.
Sure, okay. So just underneath the pair of flaming fists from Zeke, there are, in fact, in the wounds, there's a and a pair of acid bolts. What do you do?
I got that one.
Oh, no, you got a nat 1?
Oh no!
It's going to happen.
York is a bit.
Okay, that hurts. So on a natural 1, roll me damage for one of the attacks, please.
7.
7 points of damage. York, can you take me 7 points of acid damage, please?
I didn't know that was
A corrodable object hit by the spell corrodes if it wasn't being worn or carried.
It's
being
fine.
more
It's good for now. That's fun. So, Iris, you spray up with an acid bolt, but the creature twisted just in time. However, you have done 7 points of damage to York. It's hard to miss this thing, so it turned
I've
York
done well.
into the way. You've injured this creature. It didn't like it, so it's going to use another legendary action at the end of your turn to say, Freya, can you please lose me 10 hit points? And you see the Aboleth starts to heal some of its wounds back. Yeah, that's pretty great.
That's mine.
Neat. It goes, I will leave you to those on the surface, it says, and starts to submerge, taking Yorg and the axe with it. And Neve's eyes, what happens to your eyes? They don't silver over this time. They don't crackle with lightning.
I don't know.
All right, Neve stands there like Moses parting the Red Sea. In fact, stands there like Luke raising the axe wing, and the Aboleth
floating in the water.
The little fox runs to the tip of your hand, and if it could growl, it would growl, but it doesn't. It kind of looks meanly at the Aboleth as a large bubble of water envelops this creature, and it floats to the top. Is that a concentration spell?
No, but for something this big, I'm really happy for it to be a concentration spell.
Right.
It's not really meant to be used in this.
I understand that. That is absolutely
great.
fantastic.
I will use this as a concentration spell. I am going to focus on this.
It is as written 10 willing creatures, so it's pretty reasonable to state.
I'm fine with a concentration spell applying
absolutely.
this effect.
I will fight this thing.
That is
like this.
extremely cool. Right, the Aboleth is currently floating, and Lord Bucks says, "What are you doing?" And
I'm down under the water.
you are down under the
He
water.
pushed me into the water.
Oh, you did, yeah. So you are under the water going. Vroom. So Neve standing at the bottom of this underwater lake, lifting this huge Aboleth, which is a whale-sized creature, above you, keeping it, and you can feel your connection to the water is amplified by this water fox that is here, and you are pressing the Aboleth against the surface. The Aboleth is repeatedly smash, attempting to enter the water and can't. Freya.
Am I still next to Neve?
I hit you.
Neve is.
I hit you pretty hard with my beat
I've
stick.
accomplished my mission with Neve. Neve's in the water.
Yeah, that's
Who
great.
isn't in the water?
You need to go and get someone into
Freya.
the water.
Iris, you're
Yes.
Yes.
That's my trick. That's
Yeah.
Freya approaches Iris and attempts to grapple.
Okay, Iris, next to you on the island, there's a Freya appears, and can you make me an athletics check, please?
Oh no,
14.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
now you roll well.
Excellent. A pair of hands appear from the water and grab around your legs, Iris. You are dragged down, and you see Ezekiel says, "Grab my hand."
I instinctively reach out.
Post charisma save.
Lean into it.
Is he healing yet?
Oh, that's not great.
No, this not, but I'm going to throw 2d4 at it.
That's the right choice. Super the right choice.
An extra 4.
This is a save. You get an extra 4 from the
17.
bless. No, you don't. You didn't bless
Didn't
yourself.
bless self.
What do you get?
17.
17. Okay. 17 is the same as Ezekiel.
Oh, this is great.
So,
Cuddle.
Freya, you are grabbing down and trying to pull Iris under. Ezekiel has reached out a hand, and you grab hold, and all of Ezekiel's tattoos flash, and all of Iris's tattoos flash. And for a moment, in your mind and in Ezekiel's mind, Iris, on your shoulders, there are images of there is an angel and there is the black dragon of Colm who are standing looking at your shoulders, and looming over Ezekiel, there is a huge red-skinned demon creature. It has a pair of curled horns. It has tufts of animal hair that is actually flame, and it is on fire, and it looks in at you like you're a snack. And
Iris is a snack, okay?
and it reaches down with a long, curved black finger and tries to pick you up, tries to lift your head by the chin gently. And both the dragon reaches in to snap at it, and the angel's shield over a wing to try and fend it off. And the potentates that you serve are currently engaged in a fight which neither side has won.
Whoa.
You are pulled back up onto the island, and he lets go of you, and there's a sudden moment of stillness. The Aboleth is attacking. In fact, no, the Aboleth is not attacking. The Aboleth is desperately trying to get back into the water.
The Aboleth is being ridden by Yorg, is what the Aboleth is being.
Okay, you can make an athletics check to be on the right side of this.
I would really like to be on the right side of this.
Hang on.
This doesn't answer this.
You'll just be being pushed into the water.
I'm under the water.
You're currently... Well, if you let go, you're going to leave the axe and it might fall. So Yorg is currently...
These sentient weapons get really huffy if you leave them in things.
Yeah, Yorg is currently being smashed into the water.
You left me in a bear.
Okay, as this Aboleth is flailing around on top of this lake, unable to get in, that is a wonderful, wonderful spell. I'm very pleased. Have some inspiration. It's great.
I've got something.
We'll have some more. You can have two.
Yes, I'm collecting them.
Okay, so then the Lord Bucks is going to say, this cannot be allowed to continue, and reaches up to a ring at his neck. And there is a sudden, and a creature appears. It is a pillar of living flame, which moves. It's not really humanoid at all. It's just a great big burning ember. And it turns to Bucks and it says, "I am your unwilling slave. What would you have of me?" And Bucks says, "Kill these people."
Oh no. Should have stolen the ring.
At that point, as the thing starts coming towards us, I'm going to try and detach myself from Zeke, and this will drop Bless sadly, but it's worth trying. Point at Bucks and cast suggestion on him. Give that ring to Neve.
Wisdom saves.
Can I make a wisdom save? No! Does an 11 save?
No.
Can I have something on that? Right, okay.
Bless is down, so if you've got Bless, you don't have it anymore.
Right, Bucks looks at you. Okay, so I am going to spend one of my legendary saves from my Aboleth to save against that effect.
That makes sense.
And you see Bucks was going to do it, and the Aboleth stops flailing for a second and turns, and again it's like its sewn shut eye glows, and it would be much brighter, but it can't see. And Bucks stops putting the ring on, and he points at Iris, and the fire elemental goes and surges in towards you. Ezekiel gets in the way. Ezekiel is going to dive in the way and take the full brunt of this fire elemental's attacks.
Great.
The fire elemental reaches up and engulfs Ezekiel. The flame burns white hot. You can feel it all across the island, and he is failing. And it does exactly nothing to Ezekiel.
I didn't feel that might be a thing.
Ezekiel kind of flexes and says, "Alright, let's see what we can do with this. And he starts trying to control the fire elemental with control flame and all kinds of stuff. So Ezekiel reaches up and grabs handfuls of the fire elemental. It looks like he's twisting it. Lord Bucks is standing there, not certain what to do. York, you haven't done anything in ages.
I'm gonna take the. So you say the Aboleth actively stops flailing around for a bit.
Correct.
I'm gonna take this opportunity to pull myself onto its back properly,
Yeah.
run along its back, and then lodge thunder in its head.
Sweet. Okay, I will take an athletics check.
Come on. Yeah.
Loads, absolutely loads. York, there's a moment as the Aboleth turns, and you see distantly and on its tail, York picks himself up, a Broughter soldier in full plate mail, climbs on top of a floating whale, and starts running along its horrible slippery skin. You are going along the top of a psychic whale, York.
Beach whale.
Beach whale, yeah.
I'm going to lodge thunder in the back of its head.
Blam! The axe comes down. Roll me an attack and all.
At regular or
you can have advantage because you are literally on top of it and it cannot get into the water.
I would like that.
So frustrating.
Okay.
You might need it.
So that is a 17
Hits.
and a 6. No, sorry, that was because both these have advantage. So
Yep.
that was the first one advantage. So 17 on the first one, which
Yep.
we are going to have.
Right, I'll let you do maths and I'm going to come back to that in just a second. Freya, what are you up to?
Freya
Yeah.
is just going to try again with Iris. She's got one track.
Seems very reasonable. Yeah, Iris isn't in the water yet. Let's get
I
Iris.
will even bring you to fights.
Gotta make up my NPC numbers somehow.
Freya is going to shadow step just behind Iris and shove her into the water.
Okay, you are trying to shadow step. Roll me a charisma save to be able to do that.
Ooh.
One.
A natural 1. On a natural 1, would you like to... you reach out to Shunsui to try and grab his power, and Shunsui says, "Child, you are in the thrall of an Aboleth." And would you like to make me another saving throw against that effect, please?
With
That was a
Oh,
good
no,
word.
this is gone.
down.
I was
Gone.
going to say I was expecting Shunsui to take
do
control
I
instead.
have disadvantage on saves from my?
No.
From poison, you don't...
No,
No,
that's
attack.
Attack and ability.
Oh, that's much better.
Constitution saving throw. Oh, no, sorry. Wisdom saving throw.
Yeah.
16.
16 is good! And Freya's back in the fight, baby! Okay, by nat ones. And Shunsui says, "You cannot allow that to happen to you again. We will train your mind later. For now, fight! This creature must be defeated." York, how much damage did you do in total?
So I get the general impression what happened is that York ran along its back, hit it, glanced off for 14, and then as he went in for the second, it rolled and he missed. And is probably still on it, but the second one was like a hard miss on like 14 or something like
Sweet.
that. But you take 14 points of damage from the first one.
14 points of damage. Okay, so the Aboleth the Aboleth rolls to try and avoid the strike, and you bring thunder down, and it lodges. It's like a horrible, blubbery, oily skin. York, can you make me a Constitution saving throw, please?
I'm going to ask a very specific question, because...
Not mind control.
It's not mind control. Is it a disease, Josh?
York, you are covered in the horrible, oily mess of the Aboleth, and you don't care.
Sorry,
Being
Josh.
immune to disease, that's fine. I'm like, haha, you will only breathe water. No. So, sorry, Josh. It's fine. Freya, you are back in the fight, and you climb up out of the water. Neve, underneath, we'll come back to you in a second. Neve.
I am still doing this thing. I got to hold my focus.
That's
on
fine,
this.
you've got to hold your focus, but you can do other things at the same time.
You just can't cast.
You just can't cast concentration spells.
Ooh, oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, that's very exciting.
Maybe, no.
Pointedly not.
Yes.
In which
Use it or lose it.
case,
Aboleth.
what I would, I had not planned anything. Sorry, I was planning on.
That's fine, we'll come back to you in just a second.
Spell, yes.
Freya, you step out of the water and you pull yourself up onto the island.
Yep.
You can't breathe up
Can
here.
I get rid of this thing at all? Or
Somebody
if
could.
I can't, I'm going to Neve.
Neve is down at the bottom of the lake.
Iris water.
I'm with magic.
Iris, magic.
Okay, wonderful. Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to.
You say this as a were-rhino picks itself up behind Freya.
Okay. Freya's asking for magic. I am going to twin cast and upcast Dragon's Breath on both of us.
You can't twin and upcast.
It's not an extra target.
Still don't think you can twin and upcast, but we'll allow it. It's cool. We'll look at this later. Fine, you're going to twin and upcast Dragon's.
It gives an extra d6, so it's a 4d6 Dragon's Breath, not a 3d6 Dragon's Breath.
Lovely. Okay. Iris, help! Iris! And you are... the pair of you vomit out great cones of acid.
Does this actually enable me to breathe? Or
no! You're saying magic, I've given you the ability to breathe acid.
Okay, the Aboleth is going to take an attack at you as a reaction. And it's going to hit you, and it's going to say, would you like to take yourself 15 points of bashing damage. As its tail reaches up over the island, and in fact, it's an area thing, so it's going to hit you, and you can make me a dexterity saving throw to get up.
I'll take a concentration saving throw against Dragon's Breath.
21. No, not 21.
You're late, easily enough. Freya, you roll out of the way. Good. Your defense is still strong. You must now learn to breathe.
And then I will breathe a gout of acid at it. Dragon's Breath is a bonus action.
Oh, okay, so the rhino comes charging in. Freya, you have rolled out of the way, but there is a rhino coming to knock you out of the way.
Is the rhino and the Aboleth in a line?
You can roll to one side and get them both in a line. Yeah, that's
so
fine.
They would both like to take me a dex saving throw, please.
Okay, well the Aboleth's going to take it at disadvantage. I'm going to legendarily pass a double nat 1.
That's fine, so you only take half this damage.
Wow.
Half of this 21 damage.
Okay, so I'll take another 11. That's
and the rhino takes, if the rhino passes dex saving throw...
The rhino with a dex save, the rhino, it's going to take half.
Okay, so it takes 11.
It takes 11, that's fine. The rhino comes charging in. It's going to smack you in the chest with its great big curved horn. Wham! Would you like to make me a strength saving throw, please, Iris?
18. With a -1.
All right.
The weight of a
So the way this works is Iris, who is standing up there, having just lanced out with a horrific gout of acid, the rhino comes charging through the burst of acid that has appeared and goes to smash you off the side. And Iris, you simply step to one side, and the rhino and stops at the edge of the water. It is teetering on the edge. Neve.
Yep, still got nothing to do, but come find me.
Help me. Okay, Neve is just holding this Aboleth up. Yorg. You guys are killing this Aboleth.
Let's go.
This fight is not how I thought it was going to go.
Do
they wake up? Hang on. You are up. No, I'm still unconscious. Go.
I'm assuming I don't have advantage on this next lot. I'm just gonna. What's my position?
What your position is two were creatures have just jumped onto the body of the Aboleth to take the combat to you.
I so don't have the time to deal with the pair of you.
Sure. They not. If I scouted at the Aboleth, they out as well.
Yeah, let's say they are. Go for it. I mean, the Aboleth's very big. One were creature, I got a nat 1 9, that's just what I get. One of them has been zoomed up with acid, has stepped up to take the fight to you. Freya, you're up next.
I look at it, I acknowledge its presence, and I lodge 2 more blows into the back of the Aboleth because there are priorities here and they are not it.
Oh man, that's not okay. 2 more blows into the back of the Aboleth.
Again, not with advantage, or
you can totally have advantage on these attacks, dude. In fact, you can't miss. Just roll damage.
Yeah, he might crit.
Yeah. Go on then, roll.
Nope. And so we've
got... You're rolling. You can tell me
I'll
what you get in a
second.
second. That's fine. Freya, what's your plan?
Right, diving into the water.
Yeah. Suddenly you can breathe again, which is a weird way round for this to be. But you see Neve. You can see her at the bottom. She is glowing faintly, and there is a little blue fox swimming around her.
Can I see Lord Bucks?
Lord Bucks is up on the island.
What is he doing?
Lord Bucks is currently pointing his fist with a ring on it at Ezekiel, where there is a pillar of flame burning thing.
Yeah.
It looks like Ezekiel is winning.
I am going
Funny
to
man, yeah.
Freya is attempting to sneak up on Lord Bucks, holding her breath, and she's going to try and cut his arm off. Because I want that ring.
Okay, you do have a gout of acid that you could use as a bonus action. That's horrific.
No, bonus action to cast it, it's an action to use it.
Oh, right, okay. Still really good.
Yep.
So, right, yeah, you're going to cut his arm off.
Yeah.
Sweet. Make me an 100% sneak attack at Lord Bucks, as Freya, like a fish, because she cannot breathe out of water.
Only enemy within 5 feet.
Yes.
Advantage.
Yes. Advantage, yeah. Yeah, you are absolutely attacking
That's
from
two
hidden. Lord Bucks is
dice.
focusing.
This one.
How much?
Well, I don't hit him.
You
One
really
and a
don't.
3.
Turns out it's very hard.
Lord Bucks,
to
you
do
have a
it when
DC
you
of
can't
10
breathe.
to hit Lord Bucks.
Oh!
Oh,
Yeah, 11.
Yeah, you actually hit him. He's not in armour.
1 and a 3.
He's-
Doesn't have much dex.
And the damage I do
It's all about charisma.
is
20 points of damage.
to his
Okay,
wrist.
to his wrist.
ah.
You are attacking from prone. You are attacking from hidden. You leap out and you slice him with the blade. Something moves his arm at the last minute, and you cut straight down it. But he is going to take a. All right. There is a moment, and the elemental turns and leaves Ezekiel and surges in towards Lord Bucks. And Lord Bucks is backing away. And the elemental says, "You have kept me bound for far too long," and starts to attack Lord Bucks. That is happening up at the top. Meanwhile,
Feel free to take 18 points of damage from the first attack. Then I have some blag that I would like to apply to version 2.
Seeing the elemental go towards
I have blag I would like to apply to version 2. I am going to smite with a second level spell slot.
fine.
I would like to trade my damage dice in. In fact, I'd like to trade all the damage dice in from the attack if I can. If I can channel that smite energy into disrupting, even for a moment, the mind control that the Aboleth holds on the rest of the room. Is that if that's a thing that you're okay with? Fine. If it's not, then I'll just roll a big stack of d8s and we'll go from there.
You can. I understand exactly what you're trying to do. Roll and we'll see how well you do.
On damage.
Yeah. It's
Okay. Right, I need an extra d8 on. Okay, I only have 48. Can I roll your?
Great. So Jorg is smashing into this Aboleth. I mean, just taking great chunks out of it. There's a horrible gash has opened up in the top of it now, and there's a series of kagoom, 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 and the silver arcs coming in look like a industrial slicing machine. How much do you do?
Okay, so that's
Because you might just kill it.
10,
You're really good at not taking damage.
18. 20. 26, 20, 31, 33.
Whoa!
Okay, this Aboleth is deeply unhappy.
Lancelot is mean.
What this Aboleth is going to do is something it should have done much earlier. It flips itself over as best as it's able.
Yeah.
And it's going to attack you, Jorg, as a reaction.
Yep.
It's
Legendary actions, ladies and
they're really
gentlemen.
good. You get some every round. It's going to hit you. Would you like to take yourself 15 points of bludgeoning damage, Jorg?
I would.
-3.
-3, yeah. How up are you?
I'm very up.
Oh, good. Okay, that's nice. Then I guess it's going to say, would you like to take me a wisdom saving throw?
Against being mind controlled.
Oh, no. It's done that to you already. It's
Done
not
that
going to do
already,
it.
yeah.
All right.
Still not.
So frustrating.
Actually, relevant point.
Concentration.
Right.
It's versus the damage of the. It's versus the damage that I've been dealt up to 10.
Half.
It's 15, isn't it?
No, it's 10. Concentration is 10 or half damage if higher.
No,
don't-
in that case, I pass the concentration check. I'm fine.
Lovely.
Only just that +3 is super important.
Iris.
Yeah, I'm gonna shout to Lord Bucks. That thing's turned on you. Give that ring to Neve, and she might be able to control it.
Is that just a suggestion spell?
No, it's just a word of advice, and then I'm gonna breathe fire all over this Aboleth again. Breathe acid all over.
Make me a persuasion check, please. This is not how this fight was supposed to happen.
Well, that's a 2. So, like 9.
Just too busy being set on fire to listen to your advice.
9. Okay, so Bucks gains a natural 20, and he is going to. He comes to his senses, and he sticks the ring into the elemental, and he unsummons it back into its ring.
Back into his Pokeball.
And he runs over, and it looks like what he's going to do is rouse the other were creatures. Ezekiel.
Dex saving throw from the Aboleth, please.
It fails. It fails a dex save, man.
Oh! Out of 4 dice,
Would you like to
that
spend
is
that other
3
legendary out of
sixes.
resistance to pass that?
No, I would have had to say before the dice. How much is this?
12, 18, 22 on 4 dice.
Still alive.
Would you like me to make a dex?
Okay.
Would you like me to make a dex save?
Yeah, by all means, take a dex saving throw against 22. It's a 15-foot cone.
The Aboleth is large enough.
And it's just rolled on top of you.
You can make me. You can make me an attack check to avoid Yorg. What you can do.
Nat 20.
Now, on a natural 20, you can.
In its mouth.
You
critic.
engulf Yorg, and on a natural 20. No,
Maybe roll a attack check.
but you avoid Yorg, but you do hit the other were creature
Gotcha.
that is on top of it,
No.
and it is smelted aside. Freya, you're up.
Freya is bonus action hide, action attack Lord Bucks.
Oh my goodness, we're so proud.
Okay,
Not for attacking Lord Bucks, you understand, but for the bonus action hide followed by.
so Freya,
I learned.
Freya steps in down behind Lord Bucks. Raise your silver katana and roll to attack with advantage. Yeah, 100%.
Yes, I hit.
Oh boy, do you
and
hit.
the damage is a lot. 28.
Bucks's head rolls off his shoulders.
I
No!
thought you were going for his arm.
No!
I'm okay with it.
Are you going to kill Lord Bucks? Freya,
No!
Freya goes to execute Lord Bucks. You have, he has been killed. If an action is taken immediately, he will be able to be restored.
Iris, this is you.
Sacred Shield to deflect it enough to keep him alive? Is that to give him plus 5 AC? No, plus 5 AC won't do it on a
What did you? No, I
No.
will allow this. I will allow this as a use if you expend your channel divinity. That's fine. That was a reaction, man. That was a gut reaction. That's fine.
that was it.
Sweet. So Yorg reaches out and throws his blue aura, which circles through the air and shields Lord Bucks from your blow. This would have taken his head off. You are certain of it. And it goes ka-ting, and it rings up
Can
your
we
arm.
drop him at least?
The reverberations go through Lord Bucks, and he felt the blow, and it knocks him down, and he is out, man. He is out for the count. Lord Bucks is out of this fight. Wow.
Hand down soda says, hand!
Head?
You guys are doing just fine here. Iris, can you please take... Do you have any defensive stuff up?
No.
Okay, that's good. I'm really sorry. Would you like to take 29 points of damage?
I'm down.
Which
means you are no longer breathing acid.
Thank you.
You roll that many sixes, what you get. As a were-rhino appears and punctures you with its horn, clambering back out of the water. It turns. Who else is still on the island at this point? Just Freya. It turns and it lowers itself, and it's going to run towards you. There are other sleeping were creatures, but this one is running towards you, Freya. What would you like to do?
Roll towards Bucks and grab that ring.
Okay, so you are going to... You can make me a dexterity saving throw.
Super does.
26.
26, sweet. So this creature... sorry, it's a strength saving throw, actually. But yeah, that's a great roll, yeah. You come... the rhino comes charging in towards you, bearing its horn, and you roll out the way, whip the ring off of Lord Bucks, which you have. Congratulations. Lord Bucks has been de-ringed. He has lost his ability to summon a fire elemental, and the rhino goes off the side of the island again. That's fine.
I like to believe that the island's just a sphere and it's just running around it.
Sonic style. Neve, a rhino, has sunk down to is sinking slowly, a were-rhino.
I imagine he's doing just fine and not drowning.
He's not drowning, no, but he is sinking down near you if you wanted to do anything.
that's a concentration spell. That's irritating.
Yeah.
Don't
Moonbeam, for the love of God. The only advantage we have on this thing at the moment is it can't submerge.
Yeah.
The Aboleth's going to take a reaction to attack you. Ooh, it's going to miss.
Ha!
Boo, Aboleth.
I saw what happened to Freya. I have an idea. I'm going to shape water around this rhino's head so that there is a bubble of air around the rhino's head.
Okay.
It was sleeping on the surface.
Sleeping on top. Yeah, never mind.
A good
Fun,
thought,
but not fun.
Really cool idea.
In which case, I will simply mold some earth to its feet.
It will make a save. That's pretty cool. Right, so the rhino was climbing up the side of the little island on the inside, and you stick one of its arms in. And it's trying to pull it out of the earth. It is frozen in place for a position.
Great.
Okay. Iris is down. Yorg, death save, please. Yes, Iris.
Actually, can I? Well, I would have gotten there before death save. Anyway, bonus action, healing word.
Bonus action, healing word. That's pretty awesome. What else you got?
You gonna roll it or am I?
You roll. Then I'm gonna I'm broken record here, but it seems to be working. So I'm gonna just where is the Aboleth still thrashing about and stuff? Yeah.
It is going to say, oh yeah, actually that's a really good point. The Aboleth takes a second, and you see Lord Bucks withers and shrivels a little bit, and the Aboleth's going to heal some damage. It's got mind slaves that are expert points for it. Yeah, the Aboleth's still scrabbling about.
Alright, so I'm needing to hold on to it, and I'm just gonna try and swing closer to its face. And are all of its eyes sewn shut, or just one?
It only has one.
It only has one. Okay. I'm just gonna lodge an axe in it. I'm just gonna put an axe in it, and you want me to just roll damage again, yeah?
Yeah, just damage against this thing. You're on it.
Just crit? No. Crit?
Fine.
No.
Loads of numbers. Right, Yorg runs up, and the axe of Lancelot goes and slices into this creature's eye.
So we have.
There is a sound of snapping as the bindings that were sewing its eye shut are given by the. You lumped it in the face with the thing.
Sure. I expressly didn't want its eye to open. If it's been sewn shut for some reason, there's a reason for that, and I don't want that to happen.
So
I was asking if there were open eyes.
No, there's not.
Yeah, I don't want its eye to open if it's been sewn shut.
Right,
that sounds like a really bad idea.
So you just lump it, that's alright.
9 damage and for 12 damage, 9 and 12.
Right, you're
21 in total.
Okay.
Well, you just die!
Okay, I would like Neve.
Yeah.
Can you please make me? Last one. Oh well. Make me a wisdom saving throw.
Sure.
I don't have the blessed dice anymore.
Huh?
Don't have the blessed dice anymore. That went away.
You really want to pass this one?
Nat 20.
Okay, you hear a voice. Yeah, you hear a voice saying, "End this terrible spell." That is keeping me from my home. And you're like, no, I'm good, thanks.
I'm gonna
try and fight, control it back.
Okay,
you're like an element.
I'm gonna say, genuinely, I'm gonna say I'm really sorry. I cannot do that.
You're like an elemental bailiff.
There's a moment. It says,
I feel really bad about this, but this can't go on.
You know not what you do. You know not the danger you are unleashing. You are a child playing with things you do not. Ezekiel is leaping onto the Aboleth. He saw you go down. He has leapt onto the Aboleth, and he raises his hands, and he is bringing them down onto it. He glows extremely, and you. Yorg, you are almost flung from the Aboleth. Make me an athletics saving throw, please. 15. Okay, so you managed to keep the axe of Lancelot, and you are. The Aboleth is right next to the island. You are now on the island. You can get back onto the Aboleth very easily, but you are flung off of it, flung wide of it. Freya, you are standing next to Jorg, and Iris, you are able to do something about this as well if you would like to.
So Zeke's run up and
Zeke has run up onto the Aboleth, and he has put his hands on.
Copy what he's doing.
Yeah, I'm going to chuck Iris at the Aboleth.
Would you like to make me a athletics or acrobatics with advantage because Freya is assisting you?
That 18 is definitely better than that 4.
There's a 24.
Okay, at an 18, you give Iris a leg up and springboard her towards the Aboleth. You land next to Zeke, who would turn and look and say something witty, but he is busy in concentration, and you slam your hands on it. And what you see, again, it's like the potentates are suddenly in the room with you. Jorg, your divine sense is pinging. Neve, you are in mental communication with the Aboleth, and I'll describe exactly what you hear in just a second. The Aboleth is trying to fend them off. And it says, you hear in your head, and you are sure Zeke does as well, I am not yet dead. And up over your shoulders, you have an angel on one side with golden wings, and you have Colm the Black Dragon, and standing vast behind Ezekiel is this huge flaming red-skinned demon. And the creatures reach in and start pulling into this Aboleth, the spiritual form that you can see, which has a great big eye that has been sewn shut. And they are reaching in and they are seizing power from this creature. As they do, you see a string of runes, much like the runes everywhere else, that are flowing up into both you and Ezekiel. And you all hear, in fact, this conversation is broadcast with Neve, which is, I am not yet dead, and I will take my powers with me. I will not let you do this. All here. Actions, Freya.
This is business.
Title of the episode.
Freya is just going to play with the ring.
I was like seeing this epic fight. Freya, you can actually see these the forms of these potentates shimmering in the air. Around Iris, there is like a dragon and an angel. And around Ezekiel, there is a giant demon thing.
Does Shunsui have a form?
You can't. No, Shunsui has not appeared. It's not that kind of battle.
I'm gonna.
Sorry.
That looks like a whole mess of stuff. That there seems to be a man on the floor dying, possibly over here. So Jorg's gonna sort of take a run and then slide on his knees towards Lord Bucks and spare the dying.
Can you? Okay, so Jorg runs over to spare the dying. Neve, you're in conversation with this thing.
Yeah.
Can you make me a charisma saving throw, please? It is opposed. You got to get better than
14.
Yeah, you do not. That's fine. Okay, so what happens here is there is a sudden boom of light. The water explodes up around you. The island is drenched. And Neve, your spell ends.
Yeah.
And the carcass of the Aboleth begins to descend.
Right, I'm getting the hell out of Dodge.
There is a wave of energy that comes from this Aboleth, and you are all slapped by it. It knocks you down and fills your lungs. You get this sensation of the divine. Iris, you have definitely had this before. It's the exact same kind of thing you get when you touch the pillars. But the power of the Aboleth slams into you. And at this point, 3 things happen. Firstly, you all gain a level. Secondly, you know that there are only 5 creatures left protecting the binding. And lastly, Shunsui and Lancelot both say variations of. Shunsui says, "Ready yourself, child. There has been a hole in the binding. They will appear." And Lancelot says, "Any second now, they will be here."
Okay.
And that is where we're going to leave this session. Thank you very much, everybody.
I'm assuming I'm not gaining 2 levels.
You absolutely are.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh dear.
Thank you very much for sticking with us, guys. I hope you enjoyed that.
Well, level 6 sucked as a druid.
Screw this level 6 nonsense.
And we will be back, same bat time, same bat place. You can watch our stream live Wednesdays, twitch.tv/selpengm. You can join us on the Discord, please do. All the links for our social engagements and stuff are down in the doobly-doo. Like, share, subscribe, and as always, keep rolling them dice. Bye-bye!
Bye-bye!
If you are